Howdy, everybody. Welcome to Libations number 138. My name is Jake Green, joined as usual by Zane, Placie, and Alden, Hardee. And if you don't have a libation in your hand, go ahead and go grab one. Zane, what are you drinking tonight?
You're going to make fun of me, but this is a rum and Coke.
Okay, well, that's fine. That's just a classic whatever. You're not special if you drink that. That's fine. Yeah. Alden, what do you got?
In it, or I feel like officially you have to have a line to call it a Cuba Libre.
Oh.
Well, I didn't call it a Cuba Libre.
No, I know.
Alden's trying to knock Zane for something he didn't say.
No, whatever. It's fine. Steven's not here, but I'm drinking a Wicked Weed Pernicious IPA in his honor, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
You know, as far as names of beers, Wicked Weed is pretty dang good.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. I wish it was better beer.
Is related to weed as a plant as well. I'm also drinking, just for good measure, a rum and orange, which I'm deeming now an impact driver. That's what I'm going to call that. It's like a screwdriver, but better.
Impact driver. That is much better, actually.
Yeah, you can't call it that unless you've got a lime in it.
I ran out of everything in my house. My van is currently at the shop with all my booze in it. So I scrounged up this old bottle of Lagavulin.
Scrounged up a 16? Okay.
Scrounged up a 16.
Found this in the sofa.
But I'm drinking it as if I'm an old-timey miner.
Are you panning for gold in Montana?
Yes. I had no cups, and this is in my camping gear.
I drink my Lagavulin 16 out of the same thing. I drink my coffee and my bean juice.
That's exactly
I love
right.
it.
No, officer, I wasn't drinking and driving. I just store all of my liquor in my car.
Yeah.
Dude, that's exactly right. We have to put it in drawers in the back so if we get pulled over, nothing will happen to us. Well, yeah, y'all. We have a big show coming up in 4 weeks. 4 weeks from today is a show that happens to land on the anniversary of 9/11, the 24th anniversary of 9/11. So it's going to be an extended show. It's going to be an expanded show. We're going to have guests. We're going to have surprise guests. It's going to be very long.
Going to have guests. Yeah.
We're going to start an hour early, and we're probably going to go until we run out of things to say. Yeah.
Oh, God.
So we're going to start 1 hour early on September 11th this year, and we're going to have a discussion on the...
I'm glad it's not a debate format now. I prefer just a drunken discussion.
Yeah, I think a discussion is good. I think that's probably the best way to tackle it. And it's going to be a good time. So put it on your calendars. We're going to be starting an hour early. Just keep that in mind. I'll keep reminding everybody at least once or twice an episode. So make sure you show up we will have trivia as our break in between, just to take a short break between talking about 9/11. We're going to have trivia. So
is it going to be...
Wait, so I've got to prepare for this and do trivia?
Oh, no.
Just do 9/11 themed trivia, and then you can research, just one thing all week.
There we go. Yeah.
That'll be in probably poor taste, though, actually. Don't do
that. Poor taste is the lifeblood of this show.
That's fair. So do it. I don't know. Do whatever your heart tells you.
Do it. So, yeah, tune in September 11th for our extended version of this show, starting 1 hour early, 7 p.m. Eastern. Do we have anything to talk about before we get started tonight? No?
Yeah, would you keep Sam Laporta for $7? How do you feel about that?
Actually, we are going to be talking about fantasy football tonight.
Oh, so really? Okay.
Wait until the Chiefs scandal and fantasy football section of the show.
There's a new Chiefs scandal? What is this one?
No. It's the old Chiefs scandal. We just never talked about it on this show.
Oh, okay.
Fantasy football's coming. I want to talk about it because I need people to discuss it with, other than just berating Nikki about it.
Yeah. I'm sure she loves that.
She loves it. She has no idea. She's also a Chiefs fan because she's from Kansas.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So she loves it double. That's right.
What up, Grumpy? All right. First topic of the evening. Let me get Grumpy's comment up there. We don't need to hi y'all for the whole time.
The whole time.
All right. This is an update from last week's topic of Canada implementing a minimum fine of $25,000 for hiking through the forests of Nova Scotia. And people are actually getting fined. So here's one guy talking about it.
Is the DNR office on Mountain Road in Coxneath, Nova Scotia, and this is not the woods. Back here, this is the woods. So I have a couple of conservation officers with me right now who are not on camera, but have advised me that if I go into the woods, if I defy their orders to go into the woods, then I will be fined. And they also said that they would double my fine to $50,000. So I'm going to walk down here and go into these woods. I don't know that there's a good spot to do this, but I'm just going to make this as painless as I can for those guys and go in here.
This guy's awesome.
And they have me on camera as what walking in the woods. All right, isn't this great? And maybe there's an easier way out of here than I came in. Let's try this. We good?
We could.
Okay.
We could.
Okay. And I didn't ask, but did you write the ticket already, or back out front at the reception desk there? Okay, if I bring my camera, keep you guys off it. Okay.
Some real tickets for today's date.
Saying to keep them up, but just wearing mirrored aviators, so you can totally see them.
You can totally see them.
Fine is $20,872.50.
Okay. I thought it was 25,000. It's 28,870.
Victim fees. Taxes.
Oh,
Victim
victim fees.
Taxes on a fine.
This is the DNR.
And victim fees on top of the fine.
Somebody explain to me what the victim fees are.
Yeah, who was hurt?
Who's the victim?
I think he hurt himself more going through those bushes, man. Like,
Yeah, I think he's the victim.
this is insane.
Grumpy wants to know: are they wearing level 4 plates? level 4 plates. He corrected himself. It's a good question, Grumpy. Why would you want to know that? Yeah. So this is what's happening
Those
now.
hikers are dangerous folks, and you got to be careful.
Seriously. This is what's happening now in Canada. People are protesting this by actually marching directly into the woods while cops are there. Here's another person talking about Canada in general. Here you go.
Oh yeah.
I'm Canadian. If you go hiking in the woods here, you might get fined $25,000 for going for a walk in the woods. Because instead of forest management or clearing the underbrush, we want to make sure that we put in something really dystopian. Speaking of fires, if you want to set one of our churches ablaze or burn the Canada flag chanting Death Canada, go right ahead. I mean, how else are you going to get your feelings out? Now in Canada, we're really progressive and we care deeply about the environment. So by 2030, you won't be able to drive or buy one of your gas cars. This is one of the coldest countries and EVs don't really work in cold weather, but hey, you could always go nowhere. In Canada, you might go to prison for 7 or 8 years if you get charged of mischief for protesting against the government. But, you know, if you want to murder people, do horrible things to children, that's fine. You'll get way less of a sentence. Now in Canada, if you're a lawyer who dares to challenge the federal government or has a desire to buy Bitcoin, we're going to make sure that you are debanked. Don't you dare go around talking about Jesus. If you dare have a worship night, we're going to make sure you're canceled. If you want to talk about Sharia law, though, go right ahead. Now in Canada, we want to make sure that you guys use vaccination as your only method of health. So we're going to make sure that if a cure is being developed, that we call all of those birds that might actually develop something that will help you.
All right. I don't know how long this goes on, but it seems like
I
it's
get the idea. Canada sucks.
Yeah, you get the idea. So Brian in the comments says, "What's with the echo? Is there still an echo? It may have been my headphone. There is still an echo.
I hear it. Yeah,
that gum. Man.
I can discern what they're saying at least, but
is it an echo when they're talking or when I'm talking?
Just when the video's playing.
Just when the video's playing.
Yeah, it's just the videos are echoing.
I don't know what to think of that.
I don't either. But that's what's going on my end. I don't know.
Also, some quack with the humor. What's with the echo?
Echo.
That got me.
All right, I'll try to figure it out. Anyway, y'all chat about this while I try to figure it out, please.
Just chat about how much Canada blows.
Yeah.
Take it away.
So, obviously, me just saying the Canadian government is stupid is not a very original take. So instead, I think this is a good time for reflection on modes of civil disobedience, because not everyone has $28,000 that they can just spend on going for a little walk in the woods. Like, I'm sure that guy is really successful where he has that kind of money to spend on making a statement like this to get publicity. And that's obviously really to be commended. People that have that kind of resources and determination, whenever they do something like that, they're helping everybody else that aren't in a position to do that. Because, you know, most people, no matter how much they think that it's stupid that the Canadian government is telling you you can't go into the woods, just are not in a position to do anything about it, because the only thing you can do is break the law and then get fined. But it's like, you're not going to ruin your life over it. It's like, and that's the option that most of these people have. And like, I was thinking about this a lot during COVID, especially, where, you know, people were saying, oh, how do we resist all of these vaccine mandates? How do we resist the lockdowns? And it's like, all of these things need to be resisted, but there is great personal sacrifice involved a lot of the time, unless you have like a massive group of people all doing it at once, and you can't all, like, if you've got so many people that they can't get all of you in trouble at once, that's one thing. But like, just going out and doing something on your own or in a small group, that is very, very tricky when it comes to, you know, it's not like we're playing a game here. This is people's actual life. And if you get fined or go to jail, you know, that's something that really happens. It's not, oh, I was LARPing as a protester and then, you know, they fined me, but it's not real. It is real. And I think it's worth thinking about the best ways of going about protesting and stuff like this, because recognizing that it's not a trivial thing to just say, oh, just resist it, because it's not trivial, it's substantial.
Mm-hmm. Well, I tried to resist my income taxes in 2020. So I was like, hey, are we burning this thing down? What's going on here? And no, they still sent a bill and they added interest to it. It was interesting how that worked.
It's funny how they make you do the math on what you owe, but if you don't do it, they know exactly what you owe, and then they add to it.
Right.
Ridiculous. I was going to say, I don't know if Jake has this video pulled up or whatever, but there was another one where someone was talking about
we're watching it next.
There's lots of people doing it, like
the guy and his family are doing it, and yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But you might break your leg, people. You know, what if there's wildfires and you break your leg and there's no one around to rescue you?
This one, Alden.
That was I think it was the premier of somewhere in Nova Scotia actually said that. Like, that was the actual government retort.
I didn't realize this was an actual.
That sounds like a veiled threat. It sounds like mob talk right there. Like, what?
Yeah.
What if you broke your legs?
Yeah, both legs. Yeah.
Okay, but the second comment on this video is a perfect illustration of my point, where it's just some random person saying, do not comply.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, I totally agree with you, but also that's not really good advice, because it could end up with you getting fined $28,000. And I just feel like a lot of people that agree with us on a lot of stuff are very flippant when it comes to consequences. And yeah,
that's true.
Ultimately, we need people that will not comply, and some of them will face the consequences, and we need those people. I'm just saying it's worth reflecting on this problem, because we have to grapple with it.
And this is eye opening about the the Canadian processes. The fine is actually $25,000, but then they add taxes and fees onto that, and it becomes 28 and some change.
Yeah, we were talking about victim fees and taxes on a fine already. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's watch this video real quick. It's the same chick who talked about this last week.
How Nova Scotia made entering nature illegal. I'm talking walking, biking, hunting, all banned. Well, Canadians aren't taking it, and there aren't enough police to respond to all these heinous crimes.
Hey, I'm walking here with my kids in Nova Scotia.
Is there still an echo?
Yeah.
Mother of pearl. All right, I'm gonna mess with settings
It's
while it's
audible
playing.
though. Like,
I'm gonna mess with settings while it's playing. So let's see what happens.
Scotia in the forest, looking at $125,000 fine for walking on this
oh, you fixed
beautiful
it.
trail. We don't smoke. We're not going to light a fire. I don't think really anybody else is going to do that either who is a decent citizen. So I think it's bull that the government is trying to stop people from walking in the forest. Hey kids, what are we? Free! That's right, we're free.
Remember how Nova Scotia made entering nature.
Actually, you know what I hope this guy is doing, because it would make him a tactical genius. If this is actually not public land, if this is actually his own property, so he's actually not in danger of getting fined, but he still gets to take the massive W for mocking the Canadian government for how
That's
stupid it is.
Where you still make a statement and it's still like rings
Oh
true
man.
and-
Yeah. What if he gets like a Tucker Carlson interview out of this and makes like $100,000 on social media, and actually winds up selling something later on, and
I
then
thought
it's all based
more-
on a video he filmed in his own backyard,
my
not
mind
even
went
on any
to-
act of defiance.
my mom went to the government trying to find him for it, and then him prove where it was, like, and then that it was his own land, kind of a thing.
Okay,
Just as another side.
I'm just gonna play it one more time. I want to see if I fixed it, because some quack said I fixed it and then it came back.
If you fixed it for like a half second and then you
Okay.
ruined it. I tried to tell
Illegal. I'm talking walking,
or
biking,
no?
hunting, all banned. Well,
Good.
Canadians aren't taking it, and
Yeah.
there aren't enough police to respond to all these heinous crimes.
Hey, I'm walking here with my
Yeah.
kids
Are we just
in
going to
Nova
watch this whole
Scotia.
thing again?
No, we're not watching the whole thing again. Jeez, Zane has no patience.
you. Did her voice?
We've got to keep my excellent takes rolling. We don't have time for any distractions.
I'm okay.
Did
Zane's
her voice
gone.
annoy
Zane's
you?
gone for the evening, everybody.
Bye, Zane. Did her noise annoy you more or less with the echo?
I didn't hear an echo. Like I
Oh,
didn't hear an echo
okay,
at
yeah.
all. So that was completely y'all. It's probably y'all's fault too.
Yeah, maybe so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, Stephen, welcome to the show. You'll never guess what Alden's drinking tonight.
I saw a pernicious flash.
Oh,
up there
yeah,
somewhere. Yeah, there we go.
What do you got
No.
going, Stephen?
Oh, I'm rocking some birthday beer here from Pearl and Pine, local
nice.
brewery.
Pearl and Pine. I love that logo.
Yeah, and then I'll be switching into also a tall boy, the Founders
Nice.
Mortal Bloom.
Nice.
So
Nice.
Not that one.
Heck yeah. Stephen, at the beginning of the show, we announced that our 9/11 show will be on 9/11. We'll start an hour early and we'll go until we can't speak anymore.
And I need you there because you're the only one that can back me up on this.
okay.
Yeah. Everybody's going to be there. And we might go in shifts because we can't have all 6 people on screen at one time.
Yeah.
I think you just need to like medicate your children and put them to bed.
I think
Little
you
whiskey on the
absolutely
gums,
should do
you know.
Yeah, we're definitely serving NyQuil chicken for dinner that day.
Yeah.
that. With chicken. Yeah, I mean, I do think Zane makes good points. Like, us included, have been flippant about revolting against things that the government imposes. From
I
time
can
to
at
time.
least say that if it involves $25,000, I'm fucking out. But if it involves something like just not consenting, like fucking until the very last minute, not wearing masks and never getting a vaccine, and like some of these other things, like I have been like in my blood, just not consenting as much as I can if it doesn't put like my fucking livelihood in entire jeopardy or whatever. But
Yeah.
Oh,
for
and that's
sure.
like here in Georgia, like when they finally made it illegal to not wear a seatbelt in a truck. which
Why just the truck?
Sonny Perdue fought that as a governor. Well, because that was the last remaining thing. Because it was, farmers going between their farm properties on back roads. It just didn't make sense to require them to wear a seatbelt. And Sonny Perdue was a farmer and also hated seatbelts. Yeah. So anyway, when they finally did away with that, it was a $100 ticket, and I got several of those. Cop would pull me over. You're not wearing a seatbelt. Nope. You realize that's a law now. Oh man, did they change that? Yep. Here's your ticket. All right, cool. See you next week.
Yeah. See you next week, same spot.
Yeah. And then eventually
that's $100. Yeah.
Yeah. Eventually got to a point that I was like, it's a little more than $100 this time. Because they're like, oh yeah, you're number 7 or whatever it is.
That's when you get one of those T-shirts that looks like it has a strap.
Yeah. Now it goes up to 1,000. I was like, whoa. Okay, hold on. Let me click this thing here. How about that? It works. I promise. Yeah. So it's real easy to say, fight the power, push back, but when it's your own livelihood on the line, you really got to do some math on, what is this really worth to you?
And I would add too that I think that the time to push back was 100 times ago before it got to this point. And it's like, it's been this commitment and consistency trickle buildup effect where the government knows what the fuck they can get away with at this point, because it's been a fucking social experiment for 100 years. And everyone's been a bunch of lemmings. And so now, if it was a bunch of people that were just like a bunch of stone cold fuck you people for 100 years, they wouldn't even try this fucking shit. But this has been something, so this is not out of the blue. This is not out of nowhere. And so I think this is more than just this one singular event. This is a cultural thing, especially maybe in Canada. They have their own culture or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and I remember COVID here, which is, a similar scenario where they were trying to ban nature walks.
Yep.
I went to Anaruby Falls in North Georgia. And of course, they were like, the falls are closed. I'm like, is the water still flowing over the edge of the?
Yeah, right. Is the water?
I'm just taking the weekend.
Yeah.
And I wasn't allowed to use the public parking lot. Oh man! So I had to park on the side of the road where no one should have been anyways because the park was closed, right?
Yeah.
So
see, this is them making things more dangerous. Actually,
I was like, well, what's the fine? And they were like, you just can't be back there. And I was like, or what? And they had no answer. Like, okay, I'm doing this, right? The waterfall is still a waterfall. I'm going to see it.
I like your style where you're like, wait, no, what's the punishment? And it's undecided. I'm going, whatever.
Well, exactly, because it's one of so little things like that where there's just a fine associated with it. That just means it's legal for a fee. Just call that the new entry fee to the park at that point. There you go. Now, for people in Nova Scotia to say, hey, it's $25,000 to use the park you already paid for. Now we have an issue.
Yeah,
because now it's going to be like, okay, well, yeah, you can go ahead and shut that park down, but I want it out of my taxes.
Yeah.
So that's the recourse there, where it's like okay, cool, I get it. It's not really my property, but I have paid for some of it. That's like during COVID when they shut the schools down. Everybody was like, what am I paying taxes for?
Yeah.
All the kids are using Zoom on my laptop here in my basement. Like,
why
am I paying you? At least deliver lunch. And there were some schools down. Yeah. I mean, there were some schools down like Spalding, Pike, some counties south of Atlanta were actually still delivering lunch. Because that was somebody actually stood up at a school board meeting during COVID and was like, what am I paying for?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
I can go to an online college for free. So, it's one of those that, and then, walk in Kroger and the little kid at the front is like, hey, excuse me, sir, are you wearing a mask? I'm like, 6 feet. I'll cough on you. I'm here for apples and carrots, kid. Calm down.
Grumpy just asked if we want to do a Libations Golden Showers crossover.
Oh, what?
Famous out of context sentences.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Grumpy, we'll talk. We'll talk in the Discord. If you're not a part of the Discord, go join the Dollar Media Club. And you can
I will only be a P-er. I will not be a PE.
A PE. That's good. Anyway, the point here is that Canadians are fighting back against their idiotic government. Finally, there hasn't been enough of that in Canada, from what I can see. People basically resisting all of this atrocious behavior from the government. I mean, not that we have it much better, but at least they're
just a
protests
step ahead
and
of us.
riots every 10 minutes here in the U.S. these days. So
Oh yeah,
somebody's doing something.
I remember a few years ago, just down the corner here in Peachtree City, Georgia, they tried to pass some kind of regulation saying it was going to be like $1,000 fine if you ridiculed a public official on social media.
Whoa!
Oh man! And it was like,
me?
and in the same session, they also tried to say
What is
that
this,
like
Britain?
if you lived in the city, you could only use one trash service. And so,
Oh.
oh yeah, and that's what sparked like the trash service one sparked the other one because everyone was like, is Kayola getting payola? That was stuff
This
like
is
that.
crazy that this would even think that they like where you're like, we're gonna make a regulation that is clearly creating some kind of monopoly bullshit or whatever, and then also you can't say anything about it. Like
Yeah, and then you can't make fun of
breaking
us on
two
social
laws.
media.
Like, okay.
Oh man, it made the local
Wow.
news. Like they
Yeah, no
packed
kidding.
like that. The normal meetings, I think they're set to hold like 100, 150 people tops. There was like 1,000 people showed up.
Man,
That's great.
good.
Yeah.
That's great. All right. Well, that was our update from last week's topic. Let's move on to our topics of the week. First one is Signalgate 2.0.
I think you mean Piegate.
This guy gives us brief background of the first Signalgate in case you forgot what that is.
Are limits in this White House. Trump finally fired someone, his national security advisor, Mike Waltz, and this story is absolutely wild. First, a little backstory. Mike Waltz is the same guy who accidentally added a journalist into a highly sensitive Signal group chat in which high-level officials were discussing attack plans. He claimed that the phone number was somehow sucked in.
How's the number on your phone?
Well, if you have somebody else's contact and then then somehow it gets
someone
sucked
sent
in.
you that.
Sucked in or not, whatever that means, that should be a fireable offense. I mean, imagine if you or I did something like that at our job, we would be fired instantly. But anyway, Trump looked into it and he stuck with his man at the time. Now, fast forward to a couple days ago, Mike Waltz was caught using Signal again, this time in a cabinet meeting, except it wasn't the regular Signal group chat that you and I would download. He was caught using something called TM Signal, which is an Israeli modified version of Signal with archiving features to receive and relay potential classified information. And the story that just broke this morning is that Waltz was fired because he, quote, engaged in intense coordination with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu about military options against Iran ahead of an Oval Office meeting between the Israeli leader and Trump. The view by some in the administration was that Waltz was trying to tip the scales in favor of military action and was operating hand in glove with the Israelis. This is the national security advisor just casually texting a foreign government on the side in a cabinet meeting. A Trump advisor told the Washington Post, quote, "You can't do that. You work for the president of your country, not a president of another country." To me, that's
Precisely.
treason. No, working
Precisely.
hand in glove
Yep.
with a foreign president to possibly undermine U.S. national security interests.
I would say
Gotta be
that's
treason.
not true.
Agree? Disagree? But alas, I guess the repercussion for that nowadays is just a cushy appointment to be the next ambassador to the United Nations.
Perfect.
Well, now he can get sucked into the unemployment line.
Oh man. So after all that, we'll talk about the text here in a minute. But after all of that, he gets reassigned basically to be an ambassador, which is, I mean, do ambassadors actually perform any real function in the world? I don't think so. I think that's just a cushy job to say you do something for the United States, but you're basically just going to parties and stuff all the time.
Maybe some of the actual ones do, but certainly the one to the UN doesn't.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, I don't know. What were y'all's first thoughts on Waltz having another Signal scandal?
How many times do you need to do a thing? And like, how many people do we have in our government that are hand in butt with Israel or whatever that term was?
Yeah, there we go. Well, and then Trump hit the nail on the head is, when you're in this cabinet meeting, you're working for your president, not another one.
That was totally fair, but
to which
was
my
it him
reply
that-
was precisely, he's working for his president by, archiving this conversation for him.
Was it him that reassigned him to this other silly cushy job though too, or
Yes, it was that too.
because that doesn't like I feel like I'm like, yeah, I hear that, but then he says that and then does something that doesn't really align with what he just said, so I don't want to praise him too much for saying that, I guess.
Well, and yet again, Israel is spying on us.
Yeah.
Through us, like, yeah, fucking, we have 700 moles in fucking our government.
So, as much as we hate, 9/11 and all the draconian measures that came as a result of 9/11, Israel built those. Like it was
hand in butt with us.
There you go. Well, it was the
two-party.
G7, but let's be honest, the G7 is us and Israel, and then everyone else that just loves the dollar.
We'll get into that in a month, I'm sure. There's a lot of that is stitched into the 9/11 story.
But. The level of incompetence to be caught twice doing something in Signal that you shouldn't be doing that's insane.
It is insane.
He used the term when a number gets sucked into a group chat. Somebody explained to me what that means.
Well, it's because the internet is a series of tubes, and so it just got sucked in through the tube.
Like the bank pneumatic tube where you're
yeah, exactly like that.
Yeah. Makes that sound.
700 moles in the federal government that we know of. Is that just everybody who works in the federal government?
I pretty much
no, because then there would be 2 million of them.
That's right. That's
true.
Yeah. That's true. But does this account for every single representative? And
I wonder how low it goes. Like, I wonder, like, what's the lowest level of government? Like, is there some, like, just city council member in, like, my Ringgold, Georgia here that is, like, just kissing ass to Israel or something? Like, what's the tiniest level that they're at? That's what I want to know. Actually.
Go on Track APAC. You see they've got $25.
Yeah,
right. For it.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be surprised because the recently disgraced mayor of South Fulton, just here on the south side of Atlanta, a little small town mayor, the guy's going to Ghana twice a month.
What?
That makes sense.
Oh yeah, he got run out of his office because he
Who was
went,
the candidate for mayor of New York that was like basically pushing back on this country?
Brian says county commissioners suck up to Israel.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Why would a county commissioner suck up to Israel?
That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm posing this question, because I want to know how far it trickles out, like, in this tributary way, like how little and these positions are, seemingly that, like, because that tells me the actual level of grasp that another nation has on you is when it's like county commissioner.
Well, here's a shocking poll here. If you want to just compare numbers and if you believe in these things, more people stand with Israel than drink alcohol in this country.
Not just is this a Utah poll or?
These Southern Baptists, we need to get them under control.
Right?
So funny. Oh my gosh, dude, where does that poll from?
I saw something while scrolling today that it was like 52% of adults admit to drinking alcohol, and then the last thing I saw, it was like 68% stands with Israel.
But but the amount of people that drink alcohol that were too hungover to answer the questions of that poll, you know what I mean? Like, I think this is flawed a little bit.
Yeah,
it's probably flawed a little bit. I think
maybe Ozempic is an Israeli conspiracy as well.
Oh man!
Well, then to your question of how deep it goes, as Cenk Uyghur once said, "We are all Palestinians now."
I mean, I'll push back on that.
Which is the only funny thing that I've ever heard from him, but it was a real banger.
I like it. I hate it and I like it.
Well, I know Australia is about to recognize the Palestinian state.
That's
so what? That country is useless at this point. Who cares?
Right.
Like, no wonder they're the best partiers on earth, because they have nothing else to do because their government sucks so bad.
They're like the middle stepchild of the world. No one cares.
Yeah.
It's literally a penal colony that somehow got industrialized.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would I give a crap about what Australia recognizes? Like,
They've
what
got
is that going to do?
They've got a bunch of our spy satellites. So
okay.
That
I
makes
guess
sense.
they do have some good mints down there.
yeah, you got the Perth Mint down there,
Mint.
the one that just created the biggest gold fraud in the history of mankind.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's where I know that name.
And I have a Perth, or I used to have an ounce of Perth gold.
Yeah.
But is it an
Yeah.
ounce though? Because if it's an ounce, it's probably only 72% gold or whatever.
Well, I sold it for a full ounce worth of gold. So
Oh,
yeah,
then it's you're clean of
won.
it. That's fine.
There you go. Yeah, they were trying to out China on that one.
I forget the numbers, but it was an alloy. We'll call it, to be generous. Like
It was an alloy.
yeah.
To be fair, Australia, the actual like land mass and the people are freaking awesome. That's one of my favorite places I've ever been to. Is
There's
Australia.
a guy that's like an Australian like immigrant to the US that has like a Instagram or whatever, that he's got some of the funniest shit, and he's like, I fucking love America, mate. And he like is like, stop shitting on America. And he's like, the criticisms of the food, he's like, it's too greasy or it's too whatever. And he's like, it's because you're eating at Denny's, mate. And then he's like, another criticism of the food was like, it was too whatever. Again, stop eating at Denny's. Like, it was fucking killing me. It's so funny.
Wow. Is it Jim Jeffries?
No, but I fucking love him.
No, this guy's a farmer, right? Like he's
he's
lives
just
out.
some kid that I know. Like, just I don't know what he does for a living, but
So I follow a guy on Instagram. I can't remember his handle, but he kind of lives not quite off grid, but he lives like he has his own little farm on his own land with some animals and stuff. And
that's cool though.
he's Australian, and it's funny to go out to. He's in the countryside of Tennessee, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's funny to hear that accent coming from.
This guy's in the South though,
Tennessee.
too, so maybe it is the same. I don't know actually.
Maybe it is. I feel like we referenced one of these guys on the show a few weeks ago.
Good old Rocky Top, mate.
But I like him. If he's any like sort of an indicator of like the culture at large, of Australia or whatever, then like he's cool. He can stay. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yes.
I'm into it. Like,
No. The culture is fantastic. Every Australian that I met traveling around the world, they're the best. They're the most fun people. They're down for
they seem
anything.
fun. Yeah.
And they're very kind. Like me and my brother showed up in Australia, and from the people we had met on the trip previous, we stayed in houses for free the entire time we were
awesome.
in Australia. And like they took us to, bars and all sorts of stuff and events, and it was great.
That's cool.
Australians in general are friggin' fantastic. So
I've also had similar experiences in Michigan, actually. Of you just bump into some people. Yeah. There's a suburb northwest of Detroit called Birmingham. There's Birmingham and Auburn.
Oh.
They're both right there together. And Griffin Claw Brewery. We met some folks there, and then a couple months later we were up there, bumped into them again. They bought our dinner.
Oh, nice.
My only friends
So glad
that
you
I've
came
met,
back to town. It was like, wow, you guys are awesome.
That's awesome.
my only friends that I've met up here in Ringgold are from Michigan, and they're awesome. They're like salt of the earth people. So
Oh yeah.
gotta be some good
If
people.
Hannah was in the audience tonight, she'd be losing her mind with joy right now because she is from Michigan.
There's another good example then.
There's another good
go.
example.
Yeah.
All right, Zane, do you got any final words on Signalgate 2.0?
No.
All right, fair enough. It's fun to watch.
Cracked me up so much. It's so just deadpan. Just, no.
I do find it just, if you want, I don't know. It's just yet another example of how Trump isn't actually doing anything to clean house or make.
He just
Washington,
moves
DC
pieces
any better.
around and it's like, don't look at that anymore. He's
An incompetent
an ambassador.
fool. Yeah, an incompetent fool was in
Yeah.
his cabinet, and now he is
They're all
ambassador to the UN.
incompetent
After, I mean,
Well, and that might be
wild.
one of those deals where it's you put him on some kind of cushy assignment, because those are the kind of guys that if you disgrace them, you throw them out on their butts, they find a way to slap back at you when it's easier just to keep them on the dole. They're already taking that money anyways, right? So you just let them keep eating the same dinners, just at the other side of the table.
That's a good analogy.
And then you get to monitor what they're doing and who they're talking to.
yeah,
That's the real way to find out who they're because they'll show you they have no loyalty. They're spineless bastards.
yeah. I mean, that's kind of proving my point, though.
Just trust the plan. It's all 5D chess.
That's one dimension to it. I mean, that's certainly one way to go about it.
Fed. Steven loves Trump.
I understand
All right.
the concept of, keep your enemies closer and all that. But in this case, I don't get it. I feel like it's like this is, if not treason, borderline treason. And to get another government job that's even maybe dumber but cushier, I don't know, man. It just says everything about the system that we have.
I really just want somebody to follow a UN ambassador around with a GoPro for a week. I just want to see what they do and what goes on.
I don't think
You
that's
can see
really
exactly what they do by going to a model UN conference, because they're exactly the same amount is accomplished. People write and pass resolutions that no one cares about.
There's a lot of hand.
There was a day and time it was actually prestigious, and I think when we had Atlanta's own Andrew Young is one of those. That was somebody that was actually getting some things done.
You mean Andrew Yang?
Yeah, no, not the Yang Gang socialist from California.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the actual guy that, by the way, teamed up with Aaron Brockovich to help get fluoride out of the water here in Georgia. Of course, he didn't. He's one of the allies in that because he sees how it's disproportionately affecting Black people. That guy, that Andrew.
That's a cool story, actually.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's that time.
I am not fucking drunk.
Well, 19th or blue.
Every pretty girl deserves to go to a ball.
This is everything about it's a clam. I love it.
I gotta be honest with you, I feel like I'm a little bit too drunk to stand up.
On Wiedersehen, asshole.
I'm drunk right now.
Welcome to Drunkard of the Week, the segment where we show a video of somebody saying or doing something that can only be explained if they're drunk, but they're not. You can nominate people via our Discord channel or via X. Just tag us on X and or use the hashtag Drunkard of the Week. This week's Drunkard happened at a children's playground, and you never actually see her face. So enjoy.
Over there?
Yeah.
And this is your daughter?
Yeah.
So you have 2 kids?
Yes.
How old are they?
She's 1 and he's 2.5.
That's insane.
What do you mean?
Why didn't you have them so close together?
We just wanted to.
I feel like that's really selfish of you to have 2 kids that close together. Like, I feel like it, like, how are you able to take care of both of them? Like,
I am there.
Well, I don't know. I just feel like you, like, for your body and everything, like, how are you able to, like, function, like, having 2 kids that close together? Like, I feel like it's not good for both of them to, like, have a mom who's, like, not present with both of them because they're so young and little.
I'm able to be present with both of them.
Okay, well, I know that I had my kids like 3 or 4 years apart, and it was perfect. I just think everyone should have their kids that far apart because I feel like it's kind of selfish for you to have 2 kids that close together.
Well, it works for us, and everything works different for other families.
Yeah, I just don't really see how that, like, works out for you guys, but, like, it's cute and all, but whatever.
Okay, thank you.
What in the world?
I'm not as think as you drunk I am.
Mystery mom.
Oh man. Look, we need to introduce that lady to the former chair of LP Georgia down here, Angela Pence. She has 9 kids?
Yeah.
And that is a very active and present mother that has spent more than a decade either being pregnant or recovering from a pregnancy.
Yep.
And
dude, I do not understand the mentality of living your life a certain way, seeing somebody else not living their life that way, walking up to them and berating them for doing so.
I hate to be a poo-pooer, but about halfway through the clip, I became afraid that this is staged. Not that people don't have the same views as the person in the clip there, because there are plenty of anti-natalist people. It's a very alive and well-formed
anti-natalist
that needs to be countered, but nobody.
I have my thoughts about that too, Zane.
Goes around saying, "Well, I just think that you should says essentially the same thing over and over again in that tone. Even the most ridiculous person, I don't think, would behave in that way. So
I did question
it real, but I'm afraid that it's not real.
I had suspicions. I looked her up. She seems legit. She doesn't make like fake videos, but it could still be fake. I don't know.
I mean, there's some wild people out there. I've had some interesting conversations with people. I was a bartender for 5 years. It gets weird, but
I've had a dude approach me concerned about how many ketchup packets I was using.
See, when people have opinions about what you're doing down to your ketchup or your kids, like, this is weird.
Well, you were just using the ketchup packets too close together. You need
to space out. Did you open 2 at a time? That's weird, bro. Like,
yeah.
Oh my god.
Look, hang on. Ketchup was mentioned. I have to address something. In the Discord, there was an argument over what was the best ketchup, and Whataburger is up there for sure. Heinz is way at the bottom. But that was kind of the debate. Some quack sent me a thing of ketchup, mustard, and barbecue sauce from their favorite place in Portland. And I got to say, it ranks as the top 3 best.
Do you have the bottle to show? Is it Portland ketchup or whatever? I've had a Portland ketchup when I was out west. It's actually really good.
Yeah, that was the brand. I think if I saw it in the Discord correctly.
I think it was Portland. Yeah. It was,
it
Portland, and it had an artist rendition of something.
There you go. And Grumpy just triggered the next rabbit hole here. So ketchup is a fruit smoothie. It's funny you should mention that because Heinz has actually teamed up with.
We talked about it last week.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It was disgusting. We all.
But just to verify that it's good ketchup, I've had it when I was in Washington. It's good. It's what we use out there.
It's fantastic. I had it last night. It's not still number 1 of all time is down in Savannah. Yeah. Green Truck Pub. There's no better ketchup I've had in my entire life. So
agreed.
If you're in Savannah, go check out Green Truck Pub. The best burgers and the best ketchup on earth.
Decent beer there too, actually.
I'm not a huge ketchup aficionado, but I do like a good mustard.
I'm more of a mustard guy. I mean, I like a good hot Irish mustard or whatever.
Or Stone Ground. Or,
German stuff.
Some Stone Ground I'll do. Yeah.
The only mustard I'm not really into is those little packets that you get from the Chinese restaurants that is like kind of like pigeon shit. And it's like, that's not that good.
It's not mustard.
Exactly. But
they're Chinese. They don't do mustard, correct? That's not part of their cuisine.
Horseradish is all that is.
That's what I'm saying. Yellow number 5 and horseradish and like aloe or something. It's slimy. It's weird. So other than that, I like mustard more, but I'm picky about ketchup because some ketchup sucks. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Some quack. Good job.
There you go. Shout out to some quack. And then the running back for the Atlanta Falcons, Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
It's not Bijan.
It's Dijon.
It's Bijan.
Okay, well, whatever.
Somebody make a mustard joke.
He does have he has his own mustard.
No.
Yeah, Dijon by Bijan.
Yeah,
that's so funny. Ever tried mustard gas?
Oh, not recommended.
No, but I heard it's spicy. Dude, he was at some training camp thing the other day, and 2 reporters sat him down and said, "Please tell us the correct pronunciation of your name," and he goes, Bijan.
Okay.
So it's Bijan Robinson.
So
well,
I'm still going to say Bijan.
His website is Bijan Mustardson. And I'm actually linking that in the chat right now. So that is that's where you can get his mustard stuff.
Hashtag no free ads.
Right.
Oh no. They're getting a free ad for this because this is stinking hilarious. What? No, I'm not signing up for your newsletter. Bijan Mustardson. That is unbelievable. It's like a touchdown in your mouth.
Oh my God,
no. I'm sure Alden would love that.
Why are you singling me out for this?
I do like that it was made in Austin, Texas. That's great.
That's right.
I mean, I guess he went to University of Texas, so it makes sense. But yeah, Bijan Mustardson. Well, I got to get some of that now too. I got to try. That out.
Man.
It's legit. I've had some.
You've had it.
Yeah.
In your mouth.
All right.
I would put it up there, and of course this is apples and oranges here, but I put it up there with Dustin Poirier's hot sauce.
Never had that.
I didn't know Dustin Poirier had a hot sauce.
Who's Dustin Poirier?
He's the UFC fighter from Louisiana that just retired.
Yeah.
It shows what
Grumpy says probably assembled in Austin, Texas.
It's someone collects a lot of packets from Chinese restaurants and then assembles it in Austin.
Yeah, right.
All right, let's move on to our second topic of today, which is another Bill Gates topic. He popped up in the news again this week. There you go. Bill Gates Foundation to launch contraceptive that'll prevent pregnancy for 8 years in Kenya.
Is it a vaccine?
Obama's home country, oddly enough.
Dude, that's wild. The Gates Foundation is basically saying there need to be no more Kenyans made for the next 8 years and into the future. Like,
so what is it about
your starting grab?
So so the Kenyans obviously have like the untouched primordial human DNA here, right? Like that's what we got to stamp out right now. Like
what?
You can, like it's unalterable. Like whatever he's rolling out with his food and his medicine, that's the target. That's the one that he can't alter. That's the one that he can't change. And that's why, like, okay, we've got to slow y'all down because Kenya, like as a country, is not in bad shape. I mean, like, there's plenty of other African nations that are like just overrun. Like, please God, stop the birth rate there, right? But like, why Kenya? That's where I'm going with this. Of like, he's seen something in Kenyan DNA that has to be stopped, and it's not just that after being president, your voice sounds great on a nature documentary.
So, I mean, leaving some of the, most out there claims that you just made to the side, I think this does kind of unveil a little bit of a contradiction in the lizard person worldview, because we keep hearing about how Europe needs to keep allowing in all of these migrants from the Middle East and Africa because of Europe's declining birth rates. And, how are we going to have enough people to, do all the farming and work in all the jobs if we don't keep importing all of these migrants? But then they're also going to Africa and doing all of this stuff. So it's like they're not just satisfied with the birth rate cratering in Europe. It's got to crater everywhere.
Yeah. Well, because he tried this years ago. This is 10, 15 years ago. He tried this in Uganda. He showed up with water purification methods, mosquito nets, things they actually needed, things that were hugely beneficial. They're like, oh, yeah, come on in. This is amazing. Please do this. Do more of it. And then
mosquito net Trojan horse.
And then all of a sudden he starts pushing the depot shot. It's okay to be gay. Let's do some transgender surgery stuff. And that's when Uganda was like, hey, take a hike. And I mean, probably one of the poorest nations per capita on the planet, other than Eritrea, but we're not going to get their data.
What do they have data?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're probably not allowed to store that stuff. Eritrea is one of the most totalitarian places on the planet. So, something like Uganda kicking the Gates Foundation out. And now here we have, over a decade later, they're rolling out the same model now in a way more prosperous nation.
He doesn't have a good track record in the entire continent of Africa, honestly. He has, like you said, started with these things that like worked and things they needed. And it's like clean water. Yeah, sure. All right, whatever. But then on the pharmaceutical side, it seems like a weird, like either testing ground where you get things really wrong or like getting away with things that you couldn't in the Western world or whatever. And I think the largest payout in a class action lawsuit, like in the history of the fucking world, was with some kind of vaccine in Africa kind of a thing that went wrong and was like doing more harm than good or whatever. And it was like, I don't know. Now
I do know the Gates Foundation had their diplomatic immunity status revoked this year in Kenya.
Interesting. And specifically in Kenya?
In Kenya, yeah. So that's an interesting one. There's I don't know. I'm reading an article over here called From the Voice of Africa talking about it. And it's talking about it in a very positive light, which leads me to believe it's not actually the Voice of Africa. It says empowering women through access and innovation. So,
God, it's
Okay,
the same narrative.
Okay, it's the well, we can't have women having any kids, or else they won't be able to get an education. But it's like I mean, not to be.
No, be it.
Yeah, what are you not being?
Well, I realized mid-sentence that this doesn't really apply in the specific case of Kenya, because Kenya actually is mostly Christian. But it's like, if you really want to empower women, you've got to be encouraging them to leave Islam. Because there are plenty of Christian women that are educated and have kids. There just seems to be.
But are they having them too close together, though? You know.
Yeah. Hold on.
If you really want to empower women, you've got to preach the gospel to them. Is my opinion.
I'm not.
I'm going to archive this in my Israeli Telegram app.
Oh Lord.
I was going to say I was born a year and a half apart from my sister, and I turned out terrible. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, but she's younger than you, so never mind. It doesn't matter.
And that's so. You know, I did a little bit of research on this too. It's the implantable IUD that they're pushing. So they're at least upgrading from the depot shot, right? Because the depot shot was one that was recognized as the World Health Organization as just being absolutely awful. It was actually known to sterilize women, which is a huge problem. You know, so now if it's temporary, if it's one of those things, you know, like Zane, like you're saying, like if it's, hey, let us just get you through that stage of life where you can go to school, be productive, be an adult, then have kids. And then, you know, by then we'll have the internet into your village, you know, one of those kind of things that's going to be an easier sell than, you know, one of the main ingredients is horse urine and it might sterilize you.
I hope the horse urine part was a joke.
No.
Oh, God.
Excuse me? One of the ingredients was horse urine?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Dude, what the crap?
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if it doesn't sterilize you, it will cause you to have early menopause. It was, you know, it's one of those. And yeah, I mean, the contraceptive stuff is pretty awful. And that's, you know, some of the groundbreaking advancements on that is that, you know, now they have one for men that it'll just cause you to stop producing sperm. Well, yeah, that too. But no, I mean, like seriously, and it's not just the spermicidal gel that's on the condoms. There's an actual pill they're trying to get men to take now.
Yeah. That's been in the works for years, and it was pretty effective for a while, but they wouldn't like approve it for a long time
because it sterilizes you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Jeez.
It was. I say pretty effective. It's too effective is the thing where it's like.
Well, and then here's the thing nobody really wants to talk about, because you want to focus on like the forever chemicals and the fluoride that's in the water. But if you're on a municipal water system, you're getting contraceptives through the tap.
Oh, there's all kinds of things in the water. As far as it depends on where your municipal water supply comes from. If it's like, especially if it's recycled from you know, sewage water. Like
absolutely. Yeah,
like then it's the highest concentrations of pharmaceuticals, sort of like, you know, leftovers that are in there.
Contraceptives and SSRIs.
Yeah,
100% like that, because that's the ticky tack stuff. Because the SSRIs are all fluoride based, so
they linger. Yeah,
they're really tough to filter out.
Yeah,
and then the contraceptives, and that's the thing.
That's hormonal or whatever. Yeah.
So it's, you know, I see what Bill Gates is trying to do. He's trying to take, you know, some of these most impoverished nations, at least this is how he's pitching it, you know, from the logical perspective, is that, you know, some of these highly impoverished nations, which Kenya is not really one of them. Kenya's got its rough areas, but so does Chicago, right?
I was going to say, take a spot, yeah.
So does LA. So does Atlanta. So does San Francisco. You know, if you look at per capita, they're not that much better than Kenya, honestly. I mean, that's a lot of folks. No,
I have to look into that.
A lot of folks don't realize this, but Africa is a highly industrialized.
I mean, I hate to play the "you haven't been" card, but have you been there? Because I have, and there obviously were nice parts of it, and it's probably not as bad as everybody thinks, but it's like it's not great.
It has its big metropolis cities, just like we do. Yeah, I mean, but some of that's a culture thing of hygiene and that kind of stuff. So, but that's what he shows up with, right? He's got this. You look at the Netflix documentaries that have just come out recently. He's got this. This toilet that can use methane gas. That basically introducing the concept of the septic tank, but it'll harvest its own gases to help power your house. Stuff like that. That's one of his latest inventions, and that stuff's all
in India for like 1,000 years. With like they have a pile of fermenting stuff in the back, like compost, and they have a copper tube in it, and they use it to burn and cook on or whatever. Like
exactly,
not a new concept as far as.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see where this goes, because the implantable IUD, that's another one that one of the side effects is it can cause early menopause or sterilize you.
Yeah,
and that's going to be a serious concern, because with all the problems these countries are having over in Africa, having babies in their mind is not one of them.
And in general, we had like half an episode about this, where if you don't grow in population, your country will die over time, or at least your culture will die over time.
Yes.
And so like people seem to think that like we're an overpopulated Earth, and that we need fewer people on Earth because everybody's polluting it and there are too many people and we're destroying the Earth. But we're not overpopulated. We're just human beings who mess up a lot.
Yeah.
And
we're over-concentrated in some areas.
Over-concentrated. But like the idea that more people equals more suffering is so short-sighted and like one-dimensional view of what that is. It's more people will create more suffering, but it'll also create way more good in the process as well. And way more innovation, and things will grow and get better over time. So I cannot stand the idea that population control is a necessary thing on Earth.
No, it's a creepy thing to be pushing.
And when it's pushed by a guy that's richer himself than 99.7% of the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels weird.
Yeah.
And he's like, we got to watch our carbon, whatever. And he flies in his private jet to get lunch in Paris whatever. Like, I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
So supposedly Bill's a pretty frugal guy. Yeah. Some of the folks that are in his inner circle, he at least exudes the facade of being frugal. He's not like a Leo DiCaprio.
Have you seen his haircut?
Yeah, I mean, he's not even wearing a bra, for God's sakes.
What are you going to say, Zane?
This is actually where I thought the last clip of Drunkard of the Week was going. When she was about to say, oh, I think you're so selfish for having two kids so close together. Where I thought she was going with that is, oh, that's so terrible for the planet. Then it kind of went off in a weird direction.
She never really said what the reason was, other than just giving individualized attention or something. And I don't get that,
But there are a lot of people that will be like, I can't believe you would even consider having 2 or 3 kids or more when the planet is in this state. And it's just such a doomer nonsense. Because like the way that demographics always go, if you're familiar with like the 4 stages of demographic growth or whatever, is that stage 1 is when you're really poor and people are having a lot of kids, but the infant mortality is really high, so there's not a lot of population growth. Stage 2 is when you get the infant mortality under control.
But then you're eating your children.
What?
So it balances out.
No. It's when you get but you're still having a lot of kids. So that's when the population really booms. And then in stages 3 and 4 is when the birth rate kind of goes down more or less kind of naturally, as people are like, oh, well, we don't have to have 10 kids because they're all surviving to adulthood. And so it is
farm hands, depending on how industrialized you are at what point and place in time. But
So it's like the assumption behind all this population control stuff, at least some of the time, is, well, you're just having too many kids because you don't know that you can't afford it. So you're breeding yourself into poverty, which I'm sure happens to some extent. But I think Bill Gates and his friends are vastly overstating the amount that actually is happening, and not taking into account the fact that the poverty is caused by the fact that there is a lack of capital goods, and the natural stage of development of all these countries is that they get wealthier over time, and the key to wealth is not artificially limiting birth rates.
There we go. All right, y'all. It's time for some trivia. All right. Yeah. Let's go.
All right, everyone. Welcome to another week of Libations Trivia. As usual, we've got trivia in 3 rounds. Round 1 is 8 questions, 1 point each. Round 2 is 6 questions, 2 points each. Round 3 is 4 questions, 3 points each. If you are in the audience, leave a comment with your answer, and we will take the first answer that is not an obvious joke.
And Zane, we have comments from the audience from last week's episode. Make sure to read out their answer and whether or not they got it correct each time, because you're the only one who can see the comments now.
Okay.
I never look.
Yeah, Steven, you got to put them over to the side too. Make sure you can't see the comments.
Oh, that's because I'm not supposed to look. That's right.
Yeah, you're not supposed to look.
I was like, I never thought of that. I could look, and I'm like, oh, I'm not supposed to look. Right. Obviously.
I've got my Israeli telegram that gives me all the answers.
Yeah.
There we go.
For tonight's categories, we've got round 1, colorful NCAA nicknames. Round 2, explore Canada, aka a bunch of places you'll be fined if you try to visit. And round 3, I've cooked up some biographical limericks for you.
All right.
Is it Canada or Nova Scotia specifically?
I guess we'll find out.
Round 1, colorful NCAA nicknames. Very simple. I give you the school, you give me the name of their nickname.
Is this derogatory or just nickname?
Well, it's like if the question was University of Georgia, the answer would just be Bulldogs.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking for.
But you should be derogatory if it is Georgia.
Right. Yeah.
Hold
okay, that's a -5 points. Question 1, Duke University.
Five seconds.
Jake.
That would be the Blue Devils.
Alden.
Oh, I just said Devils.
Steven.
I said rapists.
Audience has nothing. Alden gets half a point because it is the Blue Devils.
It is.
I did specifically name this category colorful NCAA names. So that should help you going forward.
So what color are the Bulldogs?
That's
Yellow,
why they're not.
belly.
That's why they're not going to be a question in this category, because there's no color attached.
I just love asking questions that just elicits these like very obvious answers from Zane. I don't know why I find it so entertaining. It's like the one.
Question 2, Texas Tech University. Which is its official name. I was expecting it to be like the Texas Institute of Technology or something, but it's not that.
Nope.
It is just Texas Tech University.
Yep. It is Texas Tech University. Kind of like Texas A&M used to be Texas University of Texas Agricultural and Mechanical, but the A&M no longer stands for that. It's just an identifier now.
All right, Jake.
Just saying.
That's all right.
Red Raiders.
Alden.
I said Red Rockets.
Steven.
I said Red Bulls.
I almost went with that one too. Yeah, we all said red.
I knew it was red.
I would have loved if it
is
was
the-
like yellow.
It is the Red Raiders. I will
Do I get
give
half a
Alden
point
and
for red?
Steven half a point.
Yeah, thank you. Right on.
What? What?
Thank you, Zane.
They know
Thank
to
you.
say a color. They should not be getting. You should get points for the.
There's a lot of colors, James.
Where was the outrage last question when he got half credit for Devils?
Devils makes more sense.
I did
That's
get
how-
half a point.
Is it a blue devil?
What is a blue devil?
A cold devil.
Okay.
Question 3. The United States Military Academy.
Oh.
Oh Lord.
Is camo a color?
Yeah. Why not? So is clear. Military Academy.
I don't know, man.
Jake.
Green men.
Alden.
I said the Green Rangers.
Steven.
The Red Crosses.
Well, it may have helped you. The audience says white gloves.
Hand in glove.
It may have helped you if you had realized that the United States Military Academy is the official name of West Point. Maybe not, but this is the Black Knight.
Black Knights.
not know
Yeah,
that.
that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good
Didn't
question.
know that. Didn't even get the color right.
Question 4, Syracuse University. Oh yeah, now that I am giving half points for the colors, did anyone say black on that one?
Nope.
No.
I was very much paying attention.
All right, time's up.
All right, Jake,
Orange.
Alden,
Orange.
Steven.
The Purple Nurples.
It is in fact the orange.
I didn't
Used to
even
be the
include-
Orange Men, but
Did it really
apparently
used
that's
to be?
offensive. Yeah.
Why? Who's orange?
I guess Indians. I don't know.
Oh, never
Or
heard that one.
Columbus.
but- Yeah, that's honestly. I was like
Indians
Columbus
mating with
everywhere.
the Trump family, maybe. I don't know.
Oh yeah, the audience said the Yellow Kings on that one.
Yellow King.
Interesting.
Question 5, Stanford University.
So this is written in green.
I'm glad you noticed. And because someone noticed, I will award 1 bonus point to the first person that can tell me why the why the questions are written in the colors that they are.
I don't remember the other colors that they were written in.
Because they're the inverse of the
So
mascot color.
I think it's the color of the mascot.
No.
Complimentary?
It is the color of the mascot.
Not okay for this one, I suppose it is, but not for all the other ones.
Fair enough.
All right, Jake,
Cardinal.
Alden,
Evergreen.
Steven.
Green meanies.
Audience has nothing. This is in fact the Cardinal.
Yes.
Question 6, the University of North Texas.
Is that the part that no one cares about?
No.
Why is there so many Texas questions? Are you trying to let Jake win?
There aren't so many. There's
There's a lot of other states in the fucking country, and we've had multiple fucking Texas questions. I
Well,
feel
they're
like there's
just-
a lot.
There are just multiple ones that are colorful mascots there.
Oh, because Texas doesn't have a high enough average IQ to come up with anything other than a color and a noun for a.
No, it's
fucking-
because there are so many that we have to just start naming them color and noun.
Fair.
All right.
Because we have so many universities, Alden, because that's how smart we are.
Jake.
Although I don't think I got this one right.
Oh, really? I was wondering if you would. but-
Green Machine.
Dude, see, it's the part of Texas no one cares about. You're from Texas and you don't care. I said the
Alden.
burgundy buttholes because that's how I
Steven.
feel about that.
I said the rainbow unicorns.
Dude, yes, I hope it is.
Yeah.
The audience says Big Blue. Jake gets half a point because it's the mean green.
Mean Green. I couldn't remember if it was Mean Green or Green Machine. So I just did Green Machine. Yeah.
Question
Yeah,
7. The University of Tulsa.
Ooh.
And this is in a rainbow.
Is this a gay college?
Tulsa. I got a Tulsa. Tulsa so.
Oh. Is it?
I was reading an article on a sports blog once where they were trying to come up with how much would each mascot weigh. And the University of Tulsa came in at the top because they estimated it would weigh something like 5 trillion pounds. So on that note, Jake, what do you have?
Oh, no, I'm apt if that's the case. Golden Knights.
That's pretty heavy, but that's not as heavy as a white dwarf.
Oh,
Steven.
I just said rainbows again. Yeah.
I don't know how much that is.
Jake gets another half point because it is the Golden Hurricane.
God, I think it's Central. I can't remember. Somebody's the Golden Knights.
So UCF, University of Central Florida, was going to be in this quiz until I looked it up, and they're actually not the Golden Knights. They're technically just the Knights.
They're always referenced as the Golden Knights. That's crazy.
I know, but technically not.
I'm from Orlando. It's just the Knights. UCF.
Shut up, Alden. Shut up. So many Florida questions.
Why didn't we have that question? Why didn't we have? Because I would have fucking got that one.
Well, I actually just told you why we didn't have it. Question 8. The University of Hawaii.
Why don't I know this one?
Technically, I only have the answer as the name of their male teams because their female teams is actually something slightly different. But I will reveal what it is later.
I did know that, but now I can't remember. Whatever.
All right, Jake.
Rainbows.
Alden.
I'm changing my answer to the Blue Dolphins. I had pineapples.
There you go.
Yeah,
Even I'm going with Golden Sunsets.
There
But would that be heavier than a hurricane? You know.
Jake gets another half point because it is the Rainbow Warriors. Or for the females, the Rainbow Wahine, which is a word that I didn't look up what it means, but I assume female warrior.
And now
I didn't know warrior. I didn't know warrior had gender specific tones.
Yeah.
Xena, warrior princess.
Right?
Anyone want to attempt a bonus point, or should I just tell you?
Wait, go back a frame. What was that? What was the color for that? Is it a flag reference?
So the letters for each word is the previous answer.
Oh, you're very close.
Is the next answer?
It is the
Then,
color.
yeah.
It was a very sly hint where all of the letters were written in the color for the answer coming up.
We're just going backwards. Give it to
Yeah.
Steven. That's close enough. I don't know.
No, don't give it to Steven. He sucks.
I'll give each of you half a point.
I didn't do
No,
anything.
not you. I meant Jake and Steven.
Fuck you. God damn it.
Alden actually wanted that half point.
No, I just like how flat it again where I was like, no, I didn't say that. And then he was like, no, not you. Everyone but you.
Because if I do that, then everybody ends at a whole number of points.
No, that's fair.
So at the end of round one,
I'm
I've
used to
got Jake
losing.
with 6, Alden with 2, Steven with 1, and the audience was 0, which I can only assume means nobody is watching.
We actually do have people watching. I'm actually shocked. It is funny how much people don't comment on videos they watch. Although I don't really comment on videos I'm watching.
I've commented on like 4 videos in my life.
Yeah.
All right, round 2, Explore Canada. Question 1. What word refers to a river in Canada's Yukon Territory, a gold rush near that river that started in 1896, the most common variant of solitaire, and an ice cream bar introduced in 1922? Jake.
Solo.
Alden.
This is kind of gross when it comes to the ice cream, but spider?
Steven.
What would you do for 2 points? Klondike.
Oh no, that is so
good
right.
job, Steven.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Well done.
The audience says Harvey.
Harvey?
Is that an ice cream place or something that I don't know of, or a solitaire that I'm not aware of, or a river that I've never heard of, or I don't know how that applies to any of these. I was sort of joking with
that
the spider
picture's
solitaire.
awesome. I like that picture a lot.
Yeah, that is cool actually.
This is a picture of miners ascending the Daya Pass.
Sick.
Oh, I
Question-
literally was gonna screenshot it and then you turned away. That's
Oh.
whatever. No, no.
I'll send
it's
it
gone.
to you.
It's gone. I did like it.
I'll post it in the Discord. Join the Dollar Media Club. Question 2. What 1903 novel by Jack London tells the tale of Buck, a sled dog during the Klondike Gold Rush?
Dadgummit, they made a movie about this.
They did. I heard it was bad.
It was a terrible movie.
It is a good book, though.
Kind of like Lord of the Rings.
What? Excuse me?
Oh, the book, dude. Peter Jackson, for all his
What?
efforts.
What? So,
I like
first of all,
both.
the book can be good and the movie can be good.
They can.
And they are.
But if we're comparing the two,
You can't compare the book to the movie. That's insane.
right?
Books are always going to be better than movies.
Yeah. Game of Thrones is apparent with that too. The way they handled the Red Wedding. When that happened in the show, I was like, this was not in the book.
All right. I think we're
All right,
good, Zane.
Jake.
Nothing. I
Alden.
reviewed this movie.
I
on
was
my
trying
show.
to like brainstorm it, and I was like, all I got is a bunch of W words. So what I have so far is wild white, and that is not correct.
Steven.
I said Bosco.
So if we were in the last
You mean
round,
Balto?
if we
Are
were
you
in the
literally
last
thinking of
round,
Balto?
Alden would have gotten a half a point for getting one of the words right, but alas, we're not in the round one, so no partial credit.
I'm gonna be
because
frustrated.
the
Call of the Wild. I
Well.
couldn't get into the wild out of my fucking head.
That Harrison Ford movie. It was terrible.
I've
Oh,
never
yeah.
seen the movie.
It was bad.
Question 3. Sought by explorers for centuries, what term refers to the Arctic route connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans? It was finally traversed by Robert McClure in 1850, but is usually too icy for commercial use.
Except for the Russians.
I have no freaking clue. 5 seconds.
Jake.
I just said the Northern Parallel.
Alden.
I said CPAC poops. That's really it.
I said the Canarctic Strait.
Arctic Strait.
This is the Northwest Passage.
You gave me 3 more guesses, I'd have got it.
Yeah, right.
Question 4. Established in 1887 as Canada's first national park, what park boasts such sites as Moraine Lake, the Valley of the Ten Peaks, and the Icefield Parkway?
Suck it, Alden. You used to live in that area. You should know this.
I do know it. I just can't think of it.
Alden. Hey, Alden. Think of it. Think of it. Think of it. Think of it.
Oh my god. I have that thing where I can't get the first thing that popped into my head out of my head, and that's not it, you know.
Go ahead, Zane.
Jake.
It's Banff.
Damn it! I had a B written down, and I knew it was some stupid sounding fucking acronym, and I couldn't get fucking Burma out of my goddamn head.
Steven.
So do I get a fifth of a
I got
point?
I got the wrong acronym, but I said Banff.
That's fine.
The audience says Glacier, and it's actually not an acronym. It's just nearby a town named Banff, but it is Banff
it's the
National Park.
stupidest word I've ever heard of, and that's why I couldn't remember it.
Well,
But I had a
Banff,
B word.
Banff, the acronym, is my mnemonic for remembering that park, actually.
What?
What?
Wait, what?
Ass, nipples, fuck.
Badass motherfucker.
Oh.
Yeah.
But that's why you wrote an M, because it's not an M.
That was my mnemonic. That was all I had.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
okay.
I remember the mnemonic and not the actual name.
That's so
I like it.
Generally, mnemonic devices are supposed to actually be the right letters.
That's right.
They're
Yeah.
supposed to, but
And
this is his
lesson learned with that one. So, like, you know, if you want to name the 7 dwarfs, like a double D bra had slowly sagged to the ground. You will never forget the 7 dwarfs ever again.
Oh my god, no, I've never heard that.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Question 5. Separating the
probably
provinces of Nova Scotia and New Brunswick is what bay, which has the widest tidal range of any body of water?
Oh, yeah. I know about the tide thing.
I knew
just don't know
about the
fucking
tide
name
thing
of it.
too.
Yeah. I know the boats get set on the fucking ground at one point, you know.
Yep. There are good time lapses of that bay.
Yeah.
Go for it, Zane.
Jake.
Scotia Bay.
Alden.
Butts Bay.
Steven.
I said Nova Bay.
We've got Scotia and Nova. Oh, no.
This is the Bay of Fundy.
That's what I said.
Oh.
I think I heard Alden say that actually.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Question 6. The 2013 musical Come From Away is based on the true story of thousands of people who unexpectedly descended on the small town of Gander in Newfoundland due to what event?
Phenomenal musical. I'd advise everybody to go watch it. It's so good.
Due to what event?
Is this a Taylor Swift concert?
5 seconds.
All right, let's go in reverse order this time. Steven.
Jake was the most ready so far
Yeah.
when you were like, let's change it up.
I got nothing. Yeah.
All right, Alden.
An eclipse?
The audience says earthquake. What is it, Jake?
Why would you go there?
It's 9/11.
What?
9/11.
Okay, so
Is this a 9/11 related thing that I don't know that Jake knows?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
What is this about? I don't know who I should ask. I'm sorry, Zane.
They grounded all the planes, and so all these planes had to land in this tiny little town.
Okay.
And they
So
like
inadvertent or whatever.
Yeah, the whole play is about like the town trying to survive and
So
also
this
take care of
is-
these people.
This is a result of 9/11. This is not a precursor event or anything that has to do with anything.
No.
This is not a
This is a
plot that was developed in this island nation or whatever. Okay, got it.
No.
yeah, so it's specifically Operation Yellow Ribbon is the name they gave it, where all of the international flights that were already en route to the U.S., if they were already more than halfway, they didn't have enough fuel to go back where they came from. But they couldn't go into the U.S. because the U.S. airspace was closed. Hence, we cajoled Canada into taking all of our inbound international flights. And about 7,000 people ended up in the town of Gander, which had about 10,000 people in it.
Almost
Cool.
doubled overnight.
Interesting.
Yeah. Take a gander at that.
Friggin' good play. Highly recommend.
Interesting.
At the end of round 2, we've got the audience still with a big goose egg. Alden was 2, Steven was 5.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Oh, wow. Very nice. Very nice.
And Jake with how many?
10.
Okay. It's still fair game here.
No, it's not. It's not fair.
I don't even want to know what I have.
All right. Round 3, I've got biographical limerick. So I will give you a limerick, and you will tell me what person it's about. It turns out that I really love writing limericks, but writing limericks is significantly harder than writing haikus, which is why these are in round 3 and not in round 1.
Oh, because they got a rhyme.
Yeah.
And they're substantially longer. But anyway, enough of the intro. Question 1. There once was a pupil of Socrates who found many faults with democracies. He wrote of some decent things, like philosopher kings, but shied not away from pederasties.
Oh.
Is this the answer who wrote it or who we're talking about, or I wasn't paying attention?
No, the answer
the first line.
The answer to the question who wrote it is that I wrote all 4 of them. I'm asking you, who is this about?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There once was a man from Nantucket.
That's literally all I could think of when I think of limerick.
I think this guy's wrote something called Symposium, which came up on the podcast a couple of weeks ago because it involves a fair amount of pederasty in it. But anyway, Jake.
I said Aristotle.
Alden.
Same.
Steven.
Also Aristotle.
Hey. You're either all right or all wrong.
Yeah, well, so Aristotle is actually the pupil of this guy because it was Plato.
Oh.
I couldn't remember which was which. I was going back and forth between Plato and Aristotle. Dadgummit.
We're all wrong.
Says Aristotle.
We all hang together.
Oh, I need to get new friends.
Or we will all hang separately.
Yeah, there you go.
You do need
and back then, being somebody's student actually meant something. You know.
Yeah.
And it didn't get you fired. It got you more students.
Question 2. There once was a professional hooper, well known for an intimate blooper. He, despite not being gay, got HIV anyway, though the treatment has been super duper.
That is amazing.
I don't know how to feel about that, but I kind of love it. I should say I know how I feel about it. I don't know how I should feel about it.
You should feel great about it because the limerick and it's supposed to be funny.
That's right.
Super duper.
Jake.
Magic Johnson.
Alden.
Same.
Yeah,
Magic
audience
Johnson.
says Magic Johnson.
If you watch South Park, you know that answer.
Or if you watch the Lakers in the 90s.
Yeah, or if you watch any sports ever.
Yeah.
Question 3. There once was a man from Virginia who penned independence from Britannia. He told Lewis and Clark on a trip to embark, and Sally he wanted in ya.
What?
Oh, that's good. That's a good one.
Thank you. All right, Jake.
TJ.
Alden.
Same.
Thomas Jefferson.
It is, in fact. And for those that were not aware, the last line is a reference to a slave that he owned named Sally Hemings that many historians agree he fathered 5 children with.
That's the only part I didn't know, but I assumed the rest was
Well, the whole part of Lewis and Clark going west,
yeah.
Thomas Jefferson is the father of the public land survey system.
Yep. See, my dad's a surveyor, so this is how I know this.
Yeah. where all the lands were cut up into square miles. He wanted it to be in the metric system, and that's when they made him an ambassador to France.
It was the modern. It was the old timey equivalent of adding Jeffrey Goldberg to your Signal chat,
or putting someone as the ambassador to the UN.
Right.
Oh, that was the same joke. I'm sorry. I just realized after I said it, I was like, we said the same thing in a different way.
It's okay.
I'm 2 drinks in.
Last question.
Wait.
There once was a girl from Nantucket. Upward on lips are moving, she struck it. But as for the typical end to this versicle, it is well I have decided to buck it.
I'm going to get my first victory.
I had to look up someone who was from Nantucket in
That's
order
what
to
I'm-
make this work.
Yeah.
And then I had to fit all of the information about them
To
into
fit
only the
that.
second line.
Yeah.
Jake.
Megan Trainor.
Oh, okay.
Alden.
I had no idea. I said Dolly Parton. I don't fucking know.
Steven.
I got nothing.
It is Megan Trainor.
All right. Well done, Jake.
Which means at the end of trivia, we've got the audience with 3, Alden with 8, Steven with 11, and Jake with 19.
Nice. Destroyed.
Woo!
Still waiting for 9/11 trivia.
Nice.
Well, you did get a little taste of it today.
Yeah, the only 9/11 related thing I've never heard of. That's fair.
This is awesome. I'm done for the night, y'all. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, get out.
Somebody else run the show. I'm so happy.
Let's just talk about fantasy football for like an hour.
No, we're gonna talk about one more story, and then we're gonna talk about fantasy football and the Chiefs. Because I feel like it, and I'm definitely tipsy, and I just won trivia, and you all can suck it.
Yeah, speaking of tipsy, I feel like I need another drink.
Okay, we'll get it after we talk about this next topic. Here we go. The topic is Prissy little cops.
Megan Trainor.
Megan Trainor. All
Why is
right,
that funny?
here you go. This is a guy who got pulled over in Mississippi.
I want you to cease. You gotta measure your tires to your fender well. Can I step out as well? You can. You don't have any firearms on you, do you?
No, sir. No, sir.
What does that matter?
Run center of tire. You want them out right?
Yep.
9 5/8.
Yep. I got put over by
You're
triple
really
A.
longer than another measurement that I can think
Because
of.
of my tag. Oh, you good?
9 5/8.
Yep.
Right there.
You haven't
What's
seen
the
it.
legal
Maximum allowable freedom.
What's the
It can't be a 4-inch difference from the front to the back.
Oh,
4 inches.
4.
4 inches.
That's right there. The trooper told me 3. I'm a YouTube. We're here for the truck meet. I do YouTube. We're here for that truck meet over there.
I'm gonna go about and have a good time.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I told him,
Yeah, I just bought this last night and I'm bringing it to show. I got VIP.
Yeah, last one they had, we had like 7 or 5.
You can't say you're all about having a good time and then give
When
somebody a
Cole's
ticket
put over
for having their suspension be 4-inch difference from the front to the back. Like, is there just? I'm gonna mute it now. Just look at this idiot cop with his tiny little tape measure, just measuring the wheel well.
I thought
of
you were
this
gonna say tiny
truck.
little dick.
I mean,
Yeah.
he definitely has one of those too.
That's why
This-
he's
Well,
got that tape
if
measure.
you picked up the implication of my
Yeah.
joke from earlier,
Yeah, that guy.
you just can't stop making jokes that I've already said.
I guess
He's definitely Navy from Biloxi.
Look at this
He's
loser.
definitely from the Navy, and he's from Biloxi. That's the only reason he cares about this.
Loser.
He has
This
blue
guy.
pants.
Look, this is what lack of freedom looks like. This is, I mean, the tamest version of lack of freedom, but they are measuring wheel wells of a freaking car with a tape measure.
Also,
Well,
the
so I
body-
understand like squatted trucks. You know, that's a trend now with the soy boys. You know, back in my day, you know, with Nopi, it was actually about, you know, getting girls and looking good, and you know, having a loud stereo. Now it's, I don't know what the squatted trucks is about. I don't know what that is. It looks like you squat to pee when you drive your truck. But
Kids these days just aren't playing music loud enough.
at a certain ratio of squatting your truck, it is a safety issue because there's no way you can actually see in front of you in a reasonable amount of time to stop at a stop sign.
Fed.
If you're
Fed.
squatted at a certain angle.
Here's the thing. The distance to the body fender is not the same as the center mass of the vehicle, and you
There
can
you
like
go.
mod your body and everything. It also, how soft is your suspension? Like, how much is it going to move when you brake or accelerate? Like, you can't tell that just from measuring it or whatever.
Well,
Also,
And
what
just-
tires do you have? Do you have off-road tires, or do you have these tires?
Are they on
Like,
an incline when they're measuring? We don't know. Like,
is there weight in the back of the truck? Is it
Guaranteed.
Yeah. Do you have
This-
30 dead bodies in the back? That's why it's lowered. You know, yeah.
Guaranteed this trooper's mom wants to test the suspension though. Because, you know, she hadn't seen a good time since 1967. And this dude was born in 74, so you do the math on that.
Yeah, so it's Mississippi
right back.
Code 637105, effective July 1st, 2024, addresses vehicle modifications related to suspension frame or chassis alterations that affect the height difference between the front and rear fenders. This law targets squatted vehicles where the
There you
front
go.
fenders are raised significantly higher than the rear fenders, creating a tilted appearance. 4 inches or more higher than the rear fender.
So, I mean, the squatted trucks, that's something that came around unironically at the same time Florida Georgia line got popular.
Baby, you a song, you make me want to pull my windows.
Oh, Lord.
There you go. You know, it's, I don't understand that trend. And I do agree. Like there is a certain level of squat that it does make it unsafe where it's like, you know, please God, don't let this guy get behind me in traffic.
Yeah, but there's a scooter is unsafe driving behind a truck. Like they can't see anything. They have no idea what's going on ahead of them. Like the lack of safety is not a good way to make a law, because
Actually, yes, it is.
a
Yes,
Lamborghini can go 187 miles an hour.
Well, it's why you can't have a mirror tint strip over your field of vision, right? Because it limits your ability to see. So if it's partially overcast that day and you've got the mirror tint strip, I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but we have to take a quick detour in the ANCAP legal theory land, because the problem with all of these burdensome regulations is not that it's bad to have any restriction on what kind of vehicles that you can drive on the road. Because if we were in ANCAP land and the roads were privately owned, then the different road owners would be competing with each other, and part of that would be the rules that they have for who's allowed to drive on it. Like you don't go to, trying to think of, like you wouldn't go to like an amusement park and say, wow, these seat belts on the roller coaster cars are such an infringement of my liberty, because you went to the amusement park and the amusement park has to keep everybody safe because that's what people want. So
Unless
people
you rode the Ninja at Six Flags of Atlanta, you know, then that brace right there, it infringes on your right to live.
So my point is that people want to make sure that the cars that other people are driving on the road are safe. The problem is that because all of the roads are owned by the government is terrible at creating rules that people actually want and that actually keep people safe. So no, the problem is not safety regulations. It's safety regulations are imposed by the state.
It also
So how does tinted windows keep people safe?
What? It's not
because you can't have a certain tint level on certain windows in your car.
See, that's a prime example of a regulation that would never arise in a regime where roads were privately owned. It's something that only comes about because the government gets to come up with whatever they want.
But limos, it's fine.
If I owned 100 miles of highway, you would not have a squatted truck going down there. I can guarantee you that.
No slam trucks.
Yeah.
Or squatted, is that just one way?
Yeah.
The idiot issue with this law, with this regulation, is that one, it's going to vary car to car whether or not you can see out the front windshield.
That's totally
depending
true.
Depending on the slant. How tall is the windshield? How long is your hood? How tall are you sitting in the car?
That is so true. Are you 5'1" or 6'8"? Like
there's at least 5 different variables to determine whether or not you are actually being unsafe. And this blanket crap drives me nuts.
While you're on it.
Yeah. Because now you have guys.
Hang on, Steven. Well, let Alden go.
The blood alcohol level of like when you get pulled over and you are like considered under the influence, they give a blanket number, whether you're a fucking 90-pound 18-year-old woman or a fucking 400-pound alcoholic 50-year-old man. Like the one guy's like, I had 13 beers, I'm just going home, it's fine or whatever. And she's like, I had 1 beer, like I'm totally good. Like, and it impacts people so differently, but the blood alcohol level will read the same.
Yeah.
But your impacted level of intoxicity will be wildly different.
Yeah, it's you and me drinking 4 scotches and Kyra drinking 1 4 Loko.
Yes, it is insane. My sister can have like a half a glass of wine and she's stupid, and I'm like, what? Like that was.
Are those separate statements or are those the same statements?
No, that's. I'm trying to make a point. Bad example. Yeah.
And then not only that, but the way that man was holding the tape. And we don't know what the grade of the road is. We know that it has to be at least a 2% crown.
That's what I was
to be able to wick moisture away. And then the way is he accounting for the 2% crown? Where was the plumb bob? Where was the professional measurer that we know is the land surveyor verifying these measurements?
He went on the anterior, not the posterior side of the vehicle relative to the crown of the road, and that could sway things. We don't know.
Right, because if we're talking about fractions of an inch here, seriously, one of those things where.
This is like when the game
you take
the fishtail, and
you take the George Stein of Mississippi into the courtroom with an actual surveyor, and you prove that you get different measurements on different grades of roads with different conditions, different temperatures, all that kind of thing. And this whole law sucks now because you tried to say as a legislator, I hate squatted trucks. Well, so do we. But find a way to actually make it make sense first.
Well, and this is also why whenever rules are being enforced by a private entity, the only time enforcement ever comes up is if there's actually a problem. Like if the highway patrol were actually being privately paid, then you would only want as many of them as you really needed to actually keep people safe. So they would not be pulling people over where it's a knife that you've actually got to get the tape measure out to see if they're in compliance of the 4.5-inch rule or not. Right. You would just see somebody that has a clearly unsafe vehicle and be like, dude, you can't have that.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
That's what I was saying with like how loose your springs are is like when it's just resting and not in motion. Okay. If you have really, really soft suspension, that's more unsafe going through a turn but when it's resting and you're measuring it, it could be legal. Like, and the vehicle itself could be totally unsafe going through a turn. Just
as the cop though, there's no way you can feel like a man by holding up a little tape measure.
I like that it's like
you could tell by the drill instructor tilt that he had on his hat.
Yeah. Yes. You're right.
That dude is like former military police.
You're totally right, dude. I caught that.
or he wanted to be a Marine so bad and he
Like
just
a
couldn't
Full
qualify
Metal
in the
Jacket,
rifle range.
like
yeah, he's got the. I mean, I'm serious. Like he's got the cadence.
He
They're
does.
close enough to Biloxi, which
You're
is a famous
totally
military
right,
Marine
dude.
base. Like
Yep.
that dude thinks he's military, so
Yeah.
he either is former
He's a
military,
hard ass, yeah.
or he just couldn't shoot a rifle.
Yeah,
and he's the kind of guy that's going to be the one
his rifle
that's
shoots
not going to
guns.
hold that tape level, and a guy like me is going to shred him in court because he can't measure anything.
Do you know what's funny? While we're on this and while we're on government roads and whatever, what frustrates me to no end is the inconsistencies with things where sometimes I'll be on a road and there won't be a speed limit sign for 80 miles. And then sometimes it's like every 15 feet, there's this fucking speed limit sign. Or there'll be a warning, the yellow, like the suggested. What is the suggested slow down thing? Sometimes it's like, you might want to go 25. And it's like, I could go 60 through this turn. What are you talking about? And then sometimes there's no warning at all. And it's like, where the fuck was the warning? That was a right angle fucking, that's not a curve. That's a turn. Like,
and then you get 300 miles of anywhere between Alabama and the Florida Panhandle. This road is sponsored by Alexander Shannara.
I don't know about that. I'm on the Florida side. Going
Also, you're going to hell. That too.
yeah, there you go. Yeah, going to hell? Call Alexander Shannara.
You need a handbasket?
He will lobby for you.
Yeah.
At the pearly gates. Yeah.
That was so funny. All right. I think we've railed on that cop enough. No, he probably deserves a lot more, but
he needs a good railing.
We're gonna
really
move on.
does.
He gets one from a Canadian Prime Minister.
All right, this
Might
next
as well
topic for anybody who watches our show and doesn't give a crap about fantasy football. This is the time where you would turn off the show and just
honestly.
stop, because I'm a little tipsy and this could probably go on for quite a while. But
This is
first,
like
we're going to
Jake's
talk.
9/11 episode.
First, we're going to talk about the Chiefs scandal, which happened a couple months ago, but we're going to talk about it now because we didn't talk about it before, and my wife is sick of hearing about it. So let's listen to this guy talk about the Chiefs.
This is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my entire life. The NFL is now admitting that 3 refs literally rigged games for the Kansas City Chiefs this year. Finally, definitive proof that the NFL is completely and absolutely rigged, as these refs went out of their way to literally ensure that the Kansas City Chiefs made the Super Bowl. As Pat Mahomes went undefeated whenever these 3 officials reffed a Chiefs game. This move is unprecedented. It has never happened in the history of the NFL. That's how bad these refs were rigging games for the Kansas City Chiefs. But wait, there's more. Even though they are fired, they will continue to officiate high-profile games at the college level, giving them a chance to make it back to the NFL so they can rig more games for the Kansas City Chiefs. Never in the history of the NFL has this ever happened. But after being caught cheating, openly cheating for Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs, the NFL was finally stepping in, deciding maybe, possibly, they're not going to rig games for the Chiefs anymore, which we all know is complete and absolute bullshit. This is the
Is this intentional parody or is this guy just an idiot?
This is what he does.
I've
He
never
takes
seen this
takes a true story and he just makes it
Napoleon Dynamite.
absurd. But yeah, he's referencing
So
Napoleon
surface level,
Okay,
I do
because
have
I
to
was
throw
about
out.
to have to roast this guy.
I don't know if you guys have seen the quarterback documentary series on Netflix.
No,
so good.
It's amazing.
So good. Yes,
it's amazing.
My wife loved it. Nikki loved it, and she didn't care about football.
And I noticed in season 2 that Kirk Cousins, when he came to Atlanta after his first big game, after his first Sunday night game, he had to go to cookout. And I feel you, dude. I like after a hard day's work, I can't pass a cookout either. I have to go get a burger. That place is freaking amazing.
Did you ever look into if we could be sponsored by Cookout?
I never looked into Cookout.
After I wrote that entire trivia category
never been.
just about Cookout.
I've also never been to Cookout.
There's one in like my city that I've never been to.
Oh, they're great. Oh my God,
But is it as good as Freddy's? Because every time I go down to Fort O, I'm like,
no, it's not as good as Freddy's, but Freddy's is a $14 hamburger.
No, it's not.
Yes,
Go
it
get,
is.
The same
go
thing.
get a burger, fry, drink combo, and come out under $14.
Yeah.
Tell me where that is, and I will drive there.
Yeah, I agree with Steven. Freddy's is more expensive.
I don't think I've ever spent
than
that
a place
much
like
there.
Cookout.
Yeah, I can
But
go to
it's so
Cookout.
good.
And I can get a combo meal for a king and come out under 10.
None
I
of
can
this
get-
matters because the only one that we care about on this show is Steak and Shake, and it's because they accept Bitcoin. So
Steak
stop
and
it
Shake.
with all these other things.
I still need
Also
to
because
and
they
it's not-
tweeted out a picture of human action.
And it's not the tallow because their tallow does have chemicals in it, by the way.
Oh, okay. Because
So,
I was going to say, I
same
haven't
thing
had
with
it
same
since
thing with
it's-
B Dubs. The B Dubs tallow is the same stuff that's treated. with
Buffalo
some
Wild Wings. I don't trust. They don't even use cow products half the time. I don't even trust them.
At
Oh, no.
least there's tallow involved, Steven.
Now, okay.
At
Tallow
least
is
it's not just
tallow.
straight vegetable and canola oil.
So back to the quarterback documentary. This is
Yeah.
it's a very insightful documentary that follows 3 quarterbacks for each season. Patrick Mahomes is one of them in season 1. Patrick Mahomes is an executive producer on the series. They
I
go
think all-
backstage, they go behind the scenes, they go in these people's lives and figure out what they do. They air some of these calls they do in practice. And Patrick Mahomes is listed in season 2 as an executive producer.
Interesting.
Are you saying conflict of interest?
So, I mean, like, if we say, orange fire truck, red left 3, hut, hut, hut.
Mm-hmm.
And then he sees what that play is in that game of that part of that game in that season.
But couldn't he just watch this too? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
Or do they give decoy names?
I
for
just
plays, or-
I just saw Chiefs fantasy scandal, and that's just something that just came to my mind because I just binge watched season 2 of Quarterback.
Oh, there's
and it's
season 2
amazing.
out. Who's in it?
Who are the
It's Kirk Cousins for Atlanta. It's
Kirk
Joe,
Cousins again?
it's
I
Joe
thought he was
Burrow.
on-
Yeah, it's Joe Burrow and Jared Goff.
Goff, really? Dude,
Yeah.
Joe
So is the
Burrow,
quarterback-
that dude
is the-
is hilarious.
Oh yeah,
That dude is so funny. Him trying to talk to the like the little PA handing him his footballs during practice, trying to talk to her about fossils is one of the funniest clips I've ever seen. He's like, fossils are awesome, man. Like, we went to this little guy came and told us about how he discovers the fossils and how he cleans the fossils. And this girl's sitting there like, I am not attracted to you at all anymore.
Don't care. Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, and so there was one. It was toward the end of the season. Joe Burrow was talking to one of his guys or a couple of his receivers.
Yeah.
And he's talking to him about like, I don't know where he went, but he was talking about like kimono dragons or monitor lizards or something like that.
Did you say kimono dragons?
Yeah, yeah.
Komodo dragons.
Komodo dragons. Yeah, yeah. And they're like,
Komodo dragons. They're wearing.
they're like, I don't even know what that is, dog. And he's like, they're like big lizards, and like they eat kids in the village sometimes. And like, oh, that's a hell no for me, dog. I ain't going there. And he's like, no, it's pretty cool. And they're like, nah, fuck that. We ain't going to that. No, I ain't doing it. No, 8-foot lizard. No, I ain't doing 8-foot lizard.
Fun fact about Komodo dragons: the bacteria in their saliva is so nasty that their bite, they're not venomous, but they can kill with the bite a lot of times just from the infection that they give.
Exactly. Yeah. And so Gila monsters, same class as the Komodo dragons, their venom was the inspiration for Ozempic.
Nice.
There's your kimono dragon.
There we go.
I love it.
Yeah. Yes.
The tail is even adorned here.
Yeah. So so the Gila monster is like, it's one of those where you might survive the bite, you might survive the initial attack,
but then the infection
is going to kick in, and you're not going to eat and replenish yourself while you're on the run. So you're going to last, a few days tops, and it's going to catch up to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Back to the Chiefs scandal.
Yeah, we're all over the place.
So many people had been saying this for so long.
Oh yeah.
that the Chiefs were getting call after call after call after call. They'd never been called for a holding penalty in the Super Bowl.
YouTube was pulling videos of people that were saying it like left and right during the playoffs and stuff. Like it was getting
as if they were saying vaccines don't work.
Yeah, honestly, it was the same level of behavior. And that what does it tell you though?
The two things you're not allowed to say.
Oh yeah,
yeah, honestly.
And then meanwhile, so I hear this that refs actually got fired for favoring the Chiefs. Can Calvin really come back to the Falcons now, please? Because he bet on it. Because he bet on himself in fantasy and DraftKings.
Oh, right, yeah.
So,
dude,
which betting on
yourself
should be fine. Betting against another person is different. You know what I mean? Like it's specifically like
betting against another person's fine too. Betting against yourself is the incorrect.
I guess that's fair.
There you go.
I meant more like betting against someone, and then if you injure that person, or but.
Well, unless
you injuring
you're any receiver in the league ever, and Levante David is lined up against you.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Sherman, in his heyday.
Sherman, yeah.
I actually am not cool with players betting on individual stats of themselves. Betting on your team to win is one thing because that's what you're all trying to accomplish.
Okay, I'll take
that. As a fan of a team, I would not want somebody to be getting super butthurt because they're not getting enough targets because they bet on themselves to get X number.
I didn't think about that. That part of it that is interesting.
Also, a quarterback might be more like a running quarterback might be more inclined to just run every time and rather than actually throw the ball, or just run in order to get more points that way because you get more points for rushing. So, Zane may have convinced you with that single statement, and just betting on your team. I am a fan.
Fucking congressmen shouldn't be allowed to have stock trades.
Or I mean, what if Michael Vick, bought some VCAs, some veterinary hospitals. What if what if he invested in the ASPCA?
Is this the?
I forgot about this. It's dog fighting for a cause,
right?
Yeah.
What if he's making money on the back end? How far does this go, y'all?
It's the passive income.
Yeah,
it's just part of the hustle, man.
That's so good. Well, y'all, fantasy football is right around the corner. Mine and Alden's draft in my league is in 10 days.
Yeah. That's
10
crazy.
days from now.
I gotta pick my keeper in a couple days here.
Yeah, we're in a keeper league. Steven, Zane, y'all play. I know that, right?
So
I have played in the past. It's my goal eventually to have an 8-man deep roster, 2 QB, 2 receiver, 2 running back, PPR, IDP.
There we go.
IDP?
Call me when you set that up. Can we make it to where you're basically an owner of an NFL club where you have a salary cap and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah,
I've never done a 2 QB like a super flex situation.
I'm in a 2 QB right
2
now.
wide receivers, 2 running backs, but then IDP is individual defensive players.
Oh, I've done that. Yeah,
The last time I did that, I had J.J. Watt and Levante David on my defense.
Oh,
and it didn't matter who I had as a running back because
man.
Every week, those juggernauts are scoring 12 points.
Now I would want to get TJ Watt.
Right.
Yeah, fair.
I really prefer the 2 QB IDF.
What's IDF?
Israeli Defense Force.
I was going to say, I don't fuck.
Anyway, the draft time for my fantasy league has been set, and it is not during the show, unlike last year.
Nice.
So last year you were double tested.
I'd like to tell y'all who my keepers are because I'm just super excited about this.
Yeah, hit me, man.
So we get to keep 4 guys in our league.
Yeah, we're an auction,
and we're an auction draft. So they take up a certain amount of salary cap during your draft.
$200.
I get to keep Puka Nacua, Brian Thomas Jr., Devon Achane, and Bucky Irving for $23. Total.
Wow.
Fuck me. This is because you were so bad you sold off your team and traded everybody.
Yeah.
Puka Nacua is worth $30 alone.
More.
My keeper value to actual cost is 90%. It's like 9-1 or 10-1, whatever that
yikes, dude.
is.
I was kicking myself because
insane.
I let Chase Brown go last year for a fucking $1, and
So now you can spend $30 on Shedeur Sanders and just
I have him in another league as a future thing. That's the league where it's a full
who's the kicker for Jacksonville?
The guy who just hit a 70-yarder?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Sebastian Janikowski.
It doesn't count for the record.
Takes this man's trash out.
Correct. It's crazy that it doesn't count, even though
it should count. It's in a game. Like
he had yards to spare.
Dude, it could have gone another fucking 5-10 yards. Like
that was unbelievable.
In all fairness, that's why the Falcons picked up Young Hoku. I know it's Young Way, whatever, but it's pronounced Young Ho. Yeah, it's spelled Young Ho.
That's fine.
I say Ho too.
Yeah, I mean that Young Ho kicked 175 yards on the practice field because he played soccer in South Korea.
So the practice field is different though.
Yeah.
Like
practice
an actual
game, but a preseason
70
game
yards
is a game.
in a preseason game is insane. That's
if you're
wild.
telling me that the record doesn't apply to this, you're also telling me I shouldn't watch them then. You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't watch them, and neither should you.
Well, I don't, but you're saying that no one should. Like
I am saying that actually.
So that's you can have a 15-yard kick return, go nowhere and kick a field goal.
If you sell tickets to it, it fucking counts. I'm sorry.
I'm saying it shouldn't count for the record, and no one should watch them.
But people are buying tickets; they are there, and
that's too bad. That sounds like a skill issue.
There you go. Well, and meanwhile, 7 Metro Atlanta counties have raised the millage rate for property taxes. So maybe that's also an Israeli conspiracy.
Probably, honestly.
I love that Steven can always bring it back to Georgia politics. Like no matter what topic we're on,
it's either
Steven
Georgia,
can get us back there.
China and Israel. It's just like tied somewhere. Like
it's an impressive talent, man.
Yeah.
That's a skill. You know your state and you know how to talk about it. That's
did you know? Yeah, Najee Harris, he's on the Chargers now, and also this obscure town in Georgia. Like, this weird segues.
Oh man!
But Najee with one eye in LA right now, like that blew my mind. I've just sort of cracked the seal this week on like learning where people were traded and everything. Like I do this every year, but I wait till the last minute. So
you and me both, man.
I
didn't know we haven't talked about this yet.
No, I know. Well, it's because my fucking life is upside down and my house is flooded and my basement smells like wet feet and I hate myself. But
that's
that's why
most people hate you too. So,
but your logo skills are on point. I can vouch for that.
Right on. I'm glad. I'm still trying to juggle being a professional when my house is underwater. Yeah.
Steven, you haven't announced any of that on the show yet. Go ahead, give the folks an update on
your biz, man.
Hashtag no free ads.
There you go. Yeah. So
hashtag only free ads.
I learned about Georgia politics, and that's part of the reason I know about it. Is because I am a professional land surveyor in Georgia, Hilton Land Surveying. So owner operator.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Steven just launched his own business after leaving his last company. And it's been awesome to hear about it and see how it's laid out. And Alden is the graphic designer for the logo, I believe.
Yes.
Do we have a logo yet? Is it done yet, Alden?
We're working on like colors and like little like final touches, but it's pretty much developed. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Congrats, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Super happy for you. Cheers.
Nice.
Yeah. So, anybody trying to launch a business, shout out to Alden, and just know that he will work on your logo even while his house is being flooded with ungodly rainfall.
It's literally true.
If
you have a boundary with your neighbor, then call Steven.
That's right. Yeah. This man is still meeting deadlines. Water is flooding into his basement, and this man is still meeting deadlines with logo creation.
I was delayed one day the other day when it was I was running around literally with fucking buckets and dumping water out of my fucking house with buckets. And I emailed him. I was like, I'm going to get you the colors tomorrow. I'm sorry. Oh my God. It was not a good day. It
Yeah,
still
that's
isn't a good day.
That's not a good day.
Water really has a way of reanimating all the smell, the nuanced smells of your house. Every rug, every particle. It's really bad, actually. And I have guests coming that we haven't seen in a year and a half. Friday. It's fun.
Oh, great.
Life is great. Timing, we love it. The universe, fantastic.
Yep. For sure.
So
man.
good.
That's terrible.
But fantasy. I've had an earbud in one ear as I'm drying everything I own in my downstairs and listening to football updates of like, oh, that's weird. They drafted who? Like I'm like trying to like learn fantasy updates while like drying off every fucking thing.
That's awesome. Well, there we go. Let's go into the funnies and then we'll get out of here. I actually have
I have a real life funny I gotta tell you guys that happened today.
What is it?
I went to Publix. Didn't know what to make for the people that are coming soon. So I'm like, you know what? I don't have any time. I'm making fucking sandwiches. I'm gonna just build your own sandwiches. I'm just gonna have a sandwich bar in my house.
Sweet.
And I've got like 3 kinds of deli meat. I've got like roast beef, turkey, and some kind of fucking mortadella or whatever, basically for me. And the roast beef, it was like they get down to a point. I'm getting like 1.5 pounds. She's like, "There's not enough. I gotta get a new one." I'm like, "That's fine, whatever." Then she gets to the turkey. She's like, "Oh, I ran out of that one too. What do you do? I got to get another one." And I joked, and I was like, "I'm going to get also 1 pound of the mortadella." I was like, "Let's see if you run out of it." And literally, it pulled out the mortadella, and it was a nub this big, and she ran out of that too. And she's like, I've been doing this for years. It's never happened to me in my life." And I was like, it was a silly moment that I feel like I needed. Just I laughed, and
you just bought out all of Publix meat and cheese.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you got a Powerball ticket that day, right?
I honestly probably should have, but the deli meat cost so much money, I didn't have an extra dollar. So
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Their deli meat does cost a lot.
Oh my god, dude! I haven't bought sandwich meat in like a year because like I just don't do that because it's so expensive. It's like doubled. It's insane.
Well,
it's more than a
your
steak.
blood pressure thanks you, by the way.
That's fair. That's usually that's honestly one of the
nitrites in it, man. It's not the best for you, but it is delicious.
It's really not good for diabetes either. And with Haley, with like the extra, because the kidneys are doing more work than usual processing the blood sugar, so it's extra bad. So we don't do it much. I buy deli meat like once a year.
Gotcha.
Anyway,
yeah.
So
all right.
Total side story. I'm sorry.
No, that was great. Let's move on to the funnies. This guy makes unwearable shirts, and this is day 177.
Wow, okay.
This guy.
What the fuck? No.
Miguel.
Olay. Oh, man. Oh.
Miguel.
I guarantee people will buy me beer if I wear that to a few bars here in Fayetteville.
Dude, that's so stupid, but I love it. It got me. Oh my god,
so good.
This.
All right, this guy's testing out fish lures, but he's doing it at the local aquarium.
In Bass Pro, dude.
Oh, Bass Pro, yeah. There we go.
You got the lures with you.
Oh, maybe. Oh.
Yeah.
That's great.
Jake, have you never been to a Bass Pro?
No, I forgot that's what it looked like. I didn't know.
Yeah, they got a big old tank in there.
Yeah, I know they do. I know they do. So this is the guy talking to his dog. You'll see.
You'll see.
Right. Listen to me. Promise me that you're not going to do anything. I got you. It's better if nobody trades. You don't know anything. What are you talking about? I'll take care of it. I don't want you to take care of anything. John, do me a favor. I'm being serious with you. I know. Smart. You're smart. No, I'm not. I'm being honest with you. I don't want anything to happen to me. Me neither. Problem to me.
What's that from? What movie is that from?
The Breakup.
They were together in 4 Christmases, and it was fucking hilarious.
Dude, that movie was great. That's one of my favorite Christmas movies now.
It's one of my favorite of the like goofy Christmas movies.
Yeah. It's not amazing, but it is fun to watch.
I watch it.
Just have on in the background.
4 years or something. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a good like while you're wrapping presents movie. You know what I mean? Like,
yes,
where you're, like,
100%.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, there you go.
doesn't have a lead screw. It just has this point that jams into the wood and makes a bit of a mess. But as it comes around, one blade cuts into the wood, and then the nicker comes around. It doesn't have a lead.
I was wondering where this whole video was going. Oh my god.
This one was nominated or put into the Discord by our friend Zane. That's so good. This was put in there by somebody. I can't remember who, though. Sorry. Hang on. Click some wrong buttons. Apologies. There you go.
This is no echo.
I didn't do anything. What did you, boy? Don't make a move. I'll blow your head off. I didn't do anything.
That was me. I said that one. I was on a whole kick with the whole fucking Canada thing this week. Like,
yeah, you were. You sent in a lot of Canada stuff.
Also,
great.
I love that movie. The first
Rambo,
First Blood. Like it's
First
actually
Blood's
not even
amazing.
called Rambo or whatever. And then the rest of them are like, But First Blood's great.
Out of Canada too, like Nova Scotia's got like that's the rednecks.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Like, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like
for sure.
Yeah, because they're almost American. Like
they're like Americans without freedom.
Like latitudinally, half of them are American.
It's like their maple syrup's okay, but their whiskey sucks. You know.
Yeah. Well, that's true. That's
I
100%.
fucking don't like Canadian whiskey.
Canadian whiskey is terrible. Do something else.
Any whiskey north of Kentucky is trash.
I've had a couple from Ohio.
Wait. I'm pretty sure Scotland is north of Kentucky. So you shut your damn mouth.
of this continent, I've had a couple from Ohio. I've had like one from Indiana that's good, but largely I feel like Kentucky is like the threshold. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna check the latitude on that one.
Is king. Like,
okay. Yeah. Do it, surveyor.
Yeah. We're gonna hashtag check the latitude.
Is this like that thing where like Bermuda is like more north than Maine, like technically kind of thing, like the whole.
Yeah. All right. Final one for the evening, y'all. This one hit close to home for me.
I have a solution to the U.S. debt crisis. What if we just pick one guy and we're like, you're $36 trillion in debt now? And it would just be Ethan and his life would be destroyed.
Full true scapegoat story. Oh my god.
Oh god.
No, honestly, that wouldn't even be that bad. You could just declare bankruptcy, and then even that guy wouldn't have to deal with it.
That's literally how we do it. It's just we just do it amongst 330 million people. You know, where it's just like, oh, you've got this number. Oh, you owe us $300K.
Yeah.
Like, well, he was just born. Well, he owes us $300K.
Sorry.
Like,
yeah. He should have chose a better pacifier. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah,
dude, that cracks me up though. I love that he named him Ethan.
I don't know what. Yeah, it got me too. Yeah,
just some guy named Ethan, and his life is destroyed.
Just ruined.
So
you were just like born to die for all of our sins, you know.
Well, you know what they say. If you owe the bank $1 million, you have a problem. If you owe the bank $1 billion, the bank has a problem.
Fair.
That's fair.
Did you guys see this video of the guy that was like, I think this is in fucking Britain because of fucking course it is, but he's trying to get like $2,500 cash withdrawn from his bank and they won't give it to him. And they're like, what's it for? He told him, I would never have said because it's none of their fucking business. It was for like a motorbike for his son. And they were like, they wanted a receipt for the motorbike. And he's like, it's like a fucking used bike. What are you fucking talking about? Like, I need the cash to buy the goddamn bike, you fucking cunts. Like,
dude, I just shut down my Capital One account specifically for this reason, because I would send money to my Bitcoin account in order to buy Bitcoin, and they would hold up the wire transfer every single time and then cancel it about half the time without telling me. But then when I tried to wire transfer to any other bank, it went through immediately.
Wow. If
Wow.
that doesn't fucking tell you everything you need to know about this fucking financial system, I feel like that's the perfect little just mini snapshot.
Yep. Get out of
You wanna
Capital
give
One.
it to
y'all.
this? Fine. If you want to give it to this, we're gonna make it hard for you. You know.
Yep.
Yep.
Capital One
Bullshit.
sucks. And dude, the amount of hours I spent on the phone with Capital One was it was insane. And I'm so happy to have closed that account. It's
Capital One, more like Capital One. Am I right?
Capital One, am I right? What zing? Well done, dude.
I'll be back in a minute.
all right. We're gonna close out here, Steven. So when you're back, you'll be backstage, brother.
Yeah,
all right,
you gotta
y'all.
go. You gotta go.
When you gotta go, you gotta go. I mean, I really do need to go to take a giant piss off my balcony. It's gonna be glorious.
Off your balcony, nice.
Yeah. There's nothing below me.
Do you
And
yell "Look out below" before you pee?
no, but there's no railing either, so it's a dangerous activity.
Oh, nice. So if you're drinking heavily, it might be the last thing you do. All right.
Consequence peeing.
Yes. Yeah. Freedom,
All right,
man.
y'all.
Freedom.
We're going to wrap it up there. If you've stuck around for 2 hours and 21 minutes of this episode, thank y'all so
What are you
much.
doing?
We
Oh,
really
thank you,
appreciate
yeah.
it, although you should probably get a life and stop listening to us. Yeah, reminder, September 11th this year, we're going to have an extended episode that starts at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Mountain, and it will go very late.
2
that night.
a.m. China.
It will likely end up with just me and Alden chatting about 9/11 around 2 a.m.
I'm fine with that.
That's so
Me,
plan
you, and
your
3
September
drunken
11th
audience
around it.
members.
There
We're
we
good.
go.
It's fine. Yeah.
Plan your audience. Plan your audience. Plan your evening around that on September 11th this year. 4 weeks from today. Looking forward to seeing y'all there, and make sure to keep tuning in to the Free Georgia Podcast, Philosophical Fall Guy, Wrexham Texan. What else we got? Junto Podcast, Banish Big Brother, all our shows. Go check them out over at peacefulsea.network, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Crew and let's us